7.
Hey, just letting you guys know, hopefully we get it open up very soon, but I'll be candid with you, there's a cow running loose on the highway. There's a cow running loose in the middle of the highway.
That says it all, doesn't it? Police officers in Ohio found themselves in quite the unusual chase. A Highland cow escaped a livestock trailer and got loose on a highway, completely shutting things down. Video shows the officers struggling to try to catch the cow. One of them finally able to distract it with a bucket of grain. Food always works, right?
Yes.
They were then able to get it safely back into that trailer and open the highway back up.
No, they should have set that cow free.
Isn't that what's going to happen? Doesn't he go to, like, cow sanctuary?
Yes.
And
for real, though.
Not
like you tell the kids, oh, he went to cow sanctuary. This is for real. They take him and let him out on the land.
No, but you know what? I mean, when you have that kind of chutzpah to make a run for it.
Yeah, you deserve it.
You deserve sanctuary.
Also, once you get a taste of freedom, it's hard to cage a man or a cow, in this case. You grew up in cow country.
Yes, I did.
Did you ever have an instant like
I've never seen that. Not like that. No, it's just kind of disappointing. I feel like I got ripped off.
You got cheated. All right. Well, let's talk about the weather around here. Things are better today. The bad news is, though, I see Thanksgiving's finally on the forecast.
Yes, it's
I don't like the way it looks.
Well, it's leading up to it. That's not so great. If you happen to be traveling on the days Tuesday, Wednesday, that's the part, because that's when everybody's, you know, hitting the roads and all that stuff, so on and so forth. You need Mother Nature to cooperate. At some point, it looks like right then, that's when things go a little bit sour, but it doesn't look like a showstopper. That's the bottom line. And Thanksgiving itself doesn't look so bad. This actually looks pretty good to me. Yes, we do have some clouds around the tri-state, but they're not bringing us anything as far as rain is concerned, just mild temps, and we like that part more so than anything, because it's been a little cold for starters this week here. Let's take a look at the weather headlines for you. Clouds will thicken as we get into the day here today, and we are going to see some quick showers making a pass by here by later on tonight and into tomorrow morning. But then after that, we're pretty good. Thanksgiving week does have a few bumps in the road leading up to the holiday itself, but that's way down the road. There's still time for things to change up on us, but that's how it looks right now. Right now, we do have some thin clouds in the area, but they'll thicken as time goes on. 45 your current temp, Central Park, 40 degrees in White Plains. That's probably the low for the day, 45. Winds coming in from the south and southwest at around 3 to 7 miles per hour, but that's the warm direction that brings back the warmer temps. But it also thickens up the clouds. Our high gets up to about 54. Rain's not a problem yet, but the clouds thicken tonight. Here's the rain chances picking up as we head toward midnight. It wants to shift the rain in. Light to moderate rainfall with a few pockets of heavier rain across the area up until about 6 a.m. and then it starts to break down after that. By mid to late morning, that rain is out of here, and then we'll see a drier sky for the rest of your Saturday. So the second half of Saturday looks pretty good. Sunday looks pretty good as well, but it is going to be a little cooler come Sunday morning. Your lows are dropping down into the 20s and 30s, so it's another chilly one then, but at least it's dry for the second half of the weekend. But the models are kicking out different numbers here. It looks like these just updated again, anywhere from around 1/10 of an inch of rain to about 1/4 of an inch of rain. It's a lot like that storm that we had just a few days ago. So just be ready for that. That's late tonight into tomorrow morning. Today's high temperature, we're going up to 54. Clouds thicken through the day. Rain comes through tonight into tomorrow morning. Then they'll break up for the second half of the day. Then Sunday and Monday look pretty good, but it's that Tuesday, Wednesday forecast that's looking wet again, clearing out by Thanksgiving itself. Let's take you over to Inez. Lots of headaches trying to get around, especially the Bronx. Good morning.
That's right, Mike. Delays on the GWB. Well, heading towards the George Washington Bridge. It's at least 90 minutes on the upper level inbound. Then the lower level has an hour delay, all because of this accident we've been talking about all morning long on the Cross Bronx northbound over at Jerome Avenue. On occasion, they're letting that right lane of traffic open getting through, but there have been some intermittent closures, what we noticed in the past 10 minutes. So to avoid that, take the Lincoln Tunnel. But here's the thing, Route 3, we have an accident here past the New Jersey Turnpike Western Spur exit there. Looks like there's a traffic hold right now. So a bit of a delay eastbound heading towards 495. Once you're past that onto 495, it's going to take you about 25 to 30 minutes to make your way up towards the Lincoln Tunnel. The Holland Tunnel, it's about 15 to 20. Then the LI by the Grand Central, those are just your typical delays westbound and eastbound. Rosanna and Curt, back to you.
Okay, thank you so much, Inez. A major gang takedown took place in Queens.
Queens District Attorney Melinda Katz announced that 32 suspected gang members were indicted following a year-long investigation into multiple shootings in Southeast Queens. She said the gang is responsible for at least 13 shootings, including 3 homicides, all dating back to 2021. The shootings often took place in broad daylight near parks, public schools, and residential areas.
Make no mistake, this group didn't care whether they were shooting in busy intersections, whether they were shooting by schools, playgrounds, or very near residential homes or apartment buildings. After the shooting, it was common for members of the gang to brag about their exploits on music videos posted on YouTube and other social media platforms.
This indictment of 32 gang members is the largest single gang takedown in the history of the Queens DA's office. Well, we now know how long Fugees rapper Pras Michel will be in prison for illegal political donations.
Well, Ryan Christopher has details this morning. What's going on, Ryan?
Well, good morning, Curt and Rosanna. So the Grammy-winning rapper of the legendary hip-hop group The Fugees has been sentenced to 14 years behind bars in prison. Now, Pras Michel was convicted of illegally funneling millions of dollars in foreign donation to former President Barack Obama's 2012 re-election campaign. Now, the Brooklyn native was convicted on 10 counts, including conspiracy and acting as an unregistered agent of a foreign government back in 2023. Now, the Justice Department previously recommended life in prison, saying, quote, he betrayed his country for money, while Pras's lawyers say that they asked for a 3-year sentence. His lawyer says that Pras will appeal his conviction and sentence. Neither former President Obama nor his campaign were accused of any wrongdoing here in this case or being aware of any of this illegal activity. Pras was one of the founding members of the Fugees alongside Lauryn Hill and Wyclef Jean, winning 2 Grammy Awards and selling millions of albums together. Curt and Rosanna, will send it back to you. Again, Pras Michel sentenced to 14 years in prison.
All right, Ryan. Thank you.
All right, still ahead. The holiday season brings joy and cheer, but it also brings scammers. We'll tell you what to watch out for to avoid getting swindled.
Also, getting ready for holiday travel. Make sure your wallet is prepared. Some of the most expensive airports are right here in our area. We'll discuss when Good Day returns. In our Health Watch, 47% of Americans say the cost of health care is the #1 issue they are stressed about affording next year. The West Health Gallup poll also found 1 in 5 households could not pay for a prescription over the last 3 months. The survey revealed that 53% of Americans delayed medical treatment because of financial worry, gave the overall U.S. healthcare system a C grade.
Well, back here, the strike by Starbucks workers is expanding.
Union buses got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. Union buses got to go. It's on.
Well, Well, union leaders say baristas from 30 more stores in 25 cities have walked off the job, and that includes right here in New York, where Mayor-elect Zoran Mamdani's transition leader, Lena Khan, and incoming First Deputy Mayor Dean Fullahan joined the picket line. Overall, more than 2,000 striking baristas are demanding higher wages, better hours, and the end to what they call unfair union-busting labor practices. Starbucks says the strike has caused minimal disruption so far to its operations. Well, not having a real ID could cost you at the airport soon.
Well, the Department of Homeland Security and TSA, they are proposing a rule that would charge you $18 at security checkpoints if they do not have acceptable identification, like a real ID or passport. The TSA says the fee will cover the cost of its modernized alternative identity verification program, in which biometric technology is used to verify a traveler's identity that would be valid for 10 days if cleared. However, the agency says the program doesn't guarantee that the person's identity will be verified. Okay, where are they going to do this $18 charging?
And do you have to have exact change?
Just what we need. Another line at the TSA to get through. All right, let's talk about Visa. They are warning you the top ways you could get scammed this holiday season.
The company's holiday threats report says to be aware of fake websites that look like real retailers, as hackers copy sites to steal your personal information. Other scammers are sending out texts about fake delivery issues, trying to trick customers into giving out personal information to get their packages. For those looking for a holiday job, the report warns that some scammers are putting out fake job posts and text offering extra cash and then charge fees to apply. The report also highlighted phishing schemes linked to travel opportunities and fake charities.
You have to be
In other words, watch out.
Yeah, you have to be so careful. Anyway, you probably already know it is not cheap flying out of our airports. According to Canada's online casino guide, the most expensive airport in North America is LaGuardia Airport.
I'm not surprised.
Well, you know, there's a lot of beautiful restaurants in there. Anyway, it's based on the total average cost of one beer, a night of parking, and the nightly hotel rate. It will set you back $381.41. Denver International Airport is $30 cheaper, followed by Logan Airport in Boston, and Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. Rounding out the top five is Kennedy Airport in Queens, with the average cost being about $309.55. All right, do you want to know the cheapest airport?
Where is it?
Go to Tijuana International Airport, Mexico.
Yeah, drive across the border, then it's cheaper.
Tijuana.
Yeah, exactly. You know, the good news is that most New Yorkers, when they fly LaGuardia or JFK, don't have to stay in an airport.
That's true.
In an airport hotel.
Unless you know,
unless you got an overnight flight or international flight. But most people don't do that. They just get there.
And sometimes they bring their own food, unless their oatmeal is taken by TSA agents as you're going through security.
I wondered when we hear about that story again. It's been almost a week.
Anyway, coming up, the Treasury Secretary...
Transportation Secretary.
Oh, I'm sorry. The Transportation Secretary unveiled a very special campaign before the busy travel season.
Yes. Plus, a big reward for sticking out the government shutdown. We'll tell you how many air traffic controllers are going to get an extra $10,000 bonus right before Christmas.
Fox 5.
Hot night wind blowing. Where you think you're going, baby? Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy. But here's my number, so call me maybe.
Remember the song was such an earworm?
Unfortunately, yes. And now it'll be in my head for the rest of the weekend. We're playing it because Carly Rae Jepsen turns 40 today. Time flies, huh?
It sure does.
Okay, we can stop playing it now. Thank you.
Okay, no. We're going to play it until you remember all the words again.
Oh, well, you don't forget them. Once you hear it, it's like
I know. It comes
automatically
back in a
comes right
flash.
back, doesn't it?
All right, 7:30 in the morning. Nice to have you with us. I'm Rosanna Scotto.
I'm Curt Menefee. We appreciate you being with us to start this Friday. Mike Woods joins us right now. And Mike, I saw what you said earlier today. I paid attention.
Yeah?
I took notes.
You did?
The day is going to be good. Tonight, maybe grab an umbrella because
that's right.
It's going to be,
But
especially if you're out late.
Overnight.
It's overnight.
Yeah,
you won't
Friday
even be...
night. There is no overnight.
Look at you.
Rosanna, do you
I'll be
wake up
asleep
before...
by 7:15, okay?
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Yeah, if you wake up like by 8, 9 o'clock, it's pretty much on a wrap come tomorrow morning.
Oh, tomorrow morning? Okay, good.
Exactly. We don't have to worry about it. You're going to sleep past that. That's what I'm saying.
No, I'm not.
Some of us are. Anyway, let's show you what we have out there. Rainfall. We need some. We could use a good dose. We'll get a little bit to add to this tonight. Right now, we're at 35.02 inches of rain, just under 9 inches below normal. And we'll get some tonight, but it's certainly not a drought buster. Still running 9% behind with the reservoirs. We have mainly low clouds in the tri-state region, or at least thin cloud cover here. And it doesn't look like it's going to give us the rain until sometime later tonight. But these temps, we like this part. 45 out in Newark as well as Central Park, 32 degrees in East Hampton, and 38 degrees in Bridgeport, which is running about 6 to 16 degrees warmer now than it was at the same time yesterday. And that's not because of the sun. That's more that southwest wind that we have coming by at around 3 to 7 miles per hour. So clouds will continue to thicken as the cold front approaches. This area of low pressure also helps to pull moisture into the mid-Atlantic region and bring up our chances of rain. So clouds will thicken through the day. The front crosses through here later this evening. Then here come the showers on the Fox weather model. Shows up at about midnight tonight and goes through at least daybreak for you tomorrow. There might be some pockets of heavy rain for a while into early tomorrow morning, and then the drier, cooler air will set up after that. So at least the second half of Saturday and into Sunday all look pretty good. Today it's a cloudy sky. High gets up to 54. It's mild before the showers come together around midnight until maybe early to mid-morning for you tomorrow, and then the showers will get out of here for a while. But then Tuesday, Wednesday, leading up to Thanksgiving, we got some rain scheduled to come on through here. It is out of here by Thanksgiving itself, and I think the parade should be able to get off without a problem. Windy conditions, we'll check out that part because sometimes that affects the balloons. Let's bring Inez here in, and she's had headaches through this morning's commute for sure. They're still there.
It's a rough ride in the Bronx this morning, Mike. Good morning. We have an accident on the Cross Bronx really affecting your commute. We have video from that accident from early this morning. It's the Cross Bronx northbound at Jerome Avenue where all this happened shortly after 4:30 in the morning. You can see that car completely totaled there, and also a tractor trailer jackknife spilling diesel fuel all over the roadway. So they have to sand that down right now, and you could see all the damage that accident has done and why the Cross Bronx has been closed and the traffic jam that's causing. Let's go to our camera. So this is affecting the George Washington Bridge. 90 minutes heading towards the upper level, an hour lower level there. You're not going anywhere. So it was closed northbound for a good bit. They're letting some traffic get through on occasion, but still, it's such a mess. You want to avoid that. If you want to head towards the Lincoln Tunnel, and you can see the Cross Bronx there. By the way, there's also a stall over here. A tractor trailer stalled out. This is the ramp coming in from the Deegan, so everyone's trying to make their way around that. So you have major delays on the major Deegan, especially heading southbound. Lincoln Tunnel, if you're heading in that direction instead, 495, it's about 30 minutes inbound. The Holland Tunnel, about 15 to 20. Rails, things look good with that. If you want to take mass transit into the city instead, everything running on or close to schedule. Curt and Rosanna, back to you.
Inez, thank you. A crazy scene in Midtown after a generator at a parking garage exploded, sending debris flying everywhere.
Yeah, in fact, 2 people were injured. One is in serious condition. Jessica Formoso is at the scene right now with the details. Jessica.
Good morning, Curt and Rosanna. This was a freak accident. 2 women in the hospital this morning, like you said, after last night's generator explosion inside this parking garage. You can see the parking garage has opened this morning. Now, fire officials say the exhaust vent flew off, hitting the 2 women. I'm going to take you to that garage, and you can see there that hole, which appears to be where the cover once was. Now, according to the FDNY, the explosion happened just after 9 p.m. inside this parking garage on East 53rd Street between Lexington and 3rd Avenues. Officials say this was a generator malfunction. They believe the back puff on the basement diesel generator may have ignited in the vent pipe, causing the exhaust vent cover to fly off, launching pieces of metal across the street, injuring the 2 victims. We spoke with a witness who describes what he saw.
When I was sitting in the car, I hear the boom. So when I look up, I see the black smoke coming out from across the street, and like that cover from the building came across like a bullet, and it hit the girls that they were walking by.
Just crazy. Now, no structural damage to the building. As for the victims, one was transported to the hospital in stable condition. The second woman, we're told, she was transported in critical. She's now listed in critical but stable. That's the latest we have here from Midtown. Back to both of you.
Oh, they're just walking by.
Exactly, just walking down the street.
Meanwhile, let's talk about a fire disrupted the United Nations climate talks in Brazil.
The blaze quickly spread through pavilions being used for the conference yesterday, forcing evacuations. Luckily, no injuries were reported. It's not known what caused the fire. According to reports, much of the venue was under construction right up until the conference began, with exposed beams and open plywood floors. Today is the last day of the summit on the schedule. U.S. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy is launching a new civility campaign ahead of the holiday travel season.
I can't believe we have to talk about it, but we do.
Flying was a bastion of civility, but today,
This is real footage.
Oh, yeah.
Sad.
Oh, and you can
really
start with the
sad.
people taking their shoes off. That is the most
the DOT
gross
shared.
thing.
I know the DOT shared this video highlighting bad behavior on airlines, reminding everybody not to forget their manners.
Manners don't stop at the gate. Things aren't what they used to be. Some would call it the golden age of travel. Let's bring civility and manners back. Ask yourself, are you helping a pregnant woman put her bag in the overhead bin? Are you saying thank you to your flight attendants and your pilots?
Okay, small little things that make everybody feel happy.
Don't fight your fellow passengers, maybe?
No, yeah. According to the DOT, the FAA has seen a 400% increase of in-flight outbursts since 2019, ranging from disruptive behavior to outright violence. So calm your nerves. Anyway, 776 air traffic controllers and technicians are going to receive a $10,000 bonus for not missing a day of work during the government shutdown.
Transportation Secretary Duffy said the bonuses acknowledge the dedication of those 776 workers. Many controllers had actually called out of work when they stopped receiving paychecks during the 43-day shutdown, but not these. The Controllers Union said only 311 of its more than 10,000 members actually will receive the bonuses. The union hopes to find a way to recognize all the other air traffic controllers who worked during the shutdown, many of whom were forced to get second jobs during the shutdown or miss work because they could not afford childcare and gas. So it's not just the controllers, but the technicians as well.
Good.
That's how you get to that number.
That's nice.
Have you heard about this? It's the city's only double-decker Christmas carousel, and it opens today in the heart of Midtown.
Really? Okay, the Christmas Carousel will debut on 33rd Street and Broadway starting at 10 a.m. But guess who's getting a little preview? Crystal Young. She looks like she's all by herself in the middle of Greeley Square. What's going on?
Oh, good morning. Now, Rosanna, you know better than that. I am not all by myself. This place still has people moving around, but they're definitely stopping to go, okay, wait, what is that? That is why I love New York City, because you really never know what's going to crop up. People have been passing by, whipping out their cameras, stepping back, going, is that a carousel? Wait a minute, a double-decker carousel? It is. It's the Christmas Carousel, and we're giving you a sneak peek because it opens at 10. Now, I'm going to go inside inside where Kelly Collins from the 34th Street Partnership is waiting for me. Good morning, Kelly. So let's talk about what brought this here. I love that the 34th Street Partnership knows we need a little levity and something to smile about and talk about and put on the gram. So how did this come about?
So we're here at 33rd Street and Broadway at Greeley Square. This is New York City's first and only double-decker carousel. Part of the 34th Street Partnership's mission is to activate all of the public spaces here in this district. So we thought a beautiful, nostalgic double-decker carousel would be an amazing fit to all the awesome, wonderful holiday activities there are to do here in Midtown.
I agree. Right across from Macy's, you can see a little windows, do a little shopping, eat, and then hop on the carousel. Now, I just want to point out, maybe the camera person can go this way, that this is an unusual carousel because it's not just fancy horses, but it has other animals, and they're interesting looking.
Yes, so many other ones. One of my favorites, we have a triceratops on here, obviously the beautiful zebra.
Yes.
A beautiful bunny that's shaped like a horse. So many amazing creative animals here to ride on and hop on.
Okay, so we're going to turn this puppy on and see it go round and round. Let's talk about when it all opens and how long it's going to be around.
So we open today. Today's our opening day. We open at 10 a.m. this morning. We're open every day from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Tickets are $7 a person, and we're open through January 6th.
I like it. And this is not just for kids only, right?
No, this is for everybody.
Okay.
We want everybody to come and enjoy, whether you're coming here as a tourist with your family or you're just getting off work and you want to do something fun with your coworkers and friends.
I love it. I love it. And how many opportunities are there up here? It looks like there's got to be at least maybe like 30 animals going round and round.
I think we're looking at something like 30 to 40.
Okay.
Something like that. But yeah, we have so many amazing animals here. It's really hard to choose a favorite. The hummingbird just flew by.
Okay, you know what? I think I chose a favorite. I love animals. They are my favorite. I mean, animals. I love elephants. And there is an elephant with
up
his
here,
trunk up
ostrich
right
here,
at the
hummingbird,
top.
and there's a triceratops, which I love.
Oh my goodness. This is really, really beautiful. And it's so nice that it's easy to get to. I mean, 34th Street, you can take a myriad of trains and pop out and be right here.
Yes.
And then multitask your day in a cool way. So, of course, not just for kids. It's for anybody who can walk up a couple of steps and hop on. And that's what I'm going to do in the 8 o'clock hour. I'm going to also talk to some of these people that are gathered around that are starting to, like, say, something's going on and I need to be a part of it. So we'll see how they like it too. For now, I'll toss it back inside to you, Curt and Rosanna. This is cool. I love this.
So nice.
It is.
Sweet. All right, I'm getting in the holiday spirit. Hurry up. All right, coming up, more of your top stories right here on Good Day, including a longtime New York Congresswoman announcing her retirement.
Plus, we'll have the latest on today's highly anticipated meeting between Mayor-elect Mamdani and President Trump. That's all ahead on this Friday edition of Good Day, New York.
7:45, it's rush hour. Here's some top stories if you're heading out the door. Did you hear? Mayor-elect Zoran Mondani set to meet with President Trump for the first time in the Oval Office about 3 o'clock today. The mayor-elect is looking to secure federal funding while the president wants more cooperation with ICE agents, despite New York being a sanctuary city.
Democratic New York Congresswoman Nydia Velázquez announced that she will retire at the end of her current term after over 30 years in office. Velázquez was the first Puerto Rican woman ever elected to Congress and has represented parts of Brooklyn, Manhattan, and Queens since 1993.
New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy expected to issue a written order today for a special election. He needs to fill the 11th district seat of former Representative Mikey Sherrill, who's now the governor-elect. That district covers portions of Essex, Morris, and Passaic counties.
All right, sports time now, and the Rangers were in Colorado taking on the Avalanche. Third period, we pick it up. Rangers down 3-2 on the power play. Adam Fox shoots from in front of the blue line. JT Miller tips it in, ties the game at 3. However, later in the third, Colorado's Nathan McKinnon scores the goal backhanded. That gave them the lead, and the Avalanche win. Rangers lose their third straight game. 6-3 was the final. Meanwhile, the Islanders were in Detroit taking on the first-place Red Wings. New York scored early and often, shutting out Detroit 5-0. The final, they ended a 7-game road trip with 6 wins and just 1 loss. It's the second time in franchise history the Islanders have won 6 or more games on a single road trip. And the Devils were in Florida skating against the Panthers. Florida scored the only goal of the game in the first period, and they shut out New Jersey, winning at 1-0. Second time this season the Devils have failed to get a standings point in back-to-back games. They lost to Tampa Bay Tuesday night as well. Well, fans of the New York Liberty can do their holiday shopping at Barclays Center today. The Liberty's holiday shop will be open from 5 to 7 p.m. for season ticket holders, and then 7 to 9 p.m. for all fans. There will be a lot to choose from, including holiday sweaters, hats, ornaments, and, of course, Ellie the Elephant plushies. And Ellie will actually be there in person or in elephant or in mascot, whatever you want to say. Besides shopping, there will be a prize wheel, a DJ, and a whole lot more. So get on over to Barclays today.
All right, entertainment news coming up next, including big news about Game of Thrones spinoff.
Plus, we've got your first look at a new Hunger Games movie. And one A-list actress is completely unrecognizable. Wait until you see her.
We know we can't change everything you don't like about shopping, but here at Stop & Shop, we're going all out to improve what we can.
Thank you.
We've seen you doing finger math in the store, but no more of that. You deserve a better way to save.
Heck yeah, I do.
With over 10,000 items always on sale, it's time we actually loved grocery shopping.
Justin, when was the last time you went on break?
I'm on break right now. With so many ways to save, good things are in store at Stop & Shop.
The weather's here, and for the most part, I think it's going to be good.
It's not going to be bad here,
It's
especially
not
on a
gonna
Friday
stop
going
us.
into the weekend.
No, yeah, exactly. It's Friday, so you know what? We're just going to go with it right now. Now, we do have kind of a gray sky here, but at least it's not raining, so we get through not just the morning, but also the evening commute with the dry weather. But it's a little gray, 45 out at Central Park. We like that part. It's a little milder. It was a little colder earlier in the week. This isn't so bad. 40 degrees for you in White Plains. We got the wind direction change. It's here coming through from the south at around 3 to 7 miles per hour. That's what happens when high pressure slides offshore. Generally speaking, you're going to get a south-southwest wind. We also have a cold front approaching from the northwest, as well as an area of low pressure that are going to kind of work together to bring us our next little situation with the rain. Now, that's not coming until we get close to midnight. Looks like some light to moderate rainfall setting up as we approach midnight and go through the morning hours for you tomorrow. Then about mid-morning, most of that rain is shifting out into the Atlantic waters. Then we have colder, drier air that will set up for you later Saturday and into Sunday. Sunday looks like it's going to be nice and sunny with high pressure in control all the way through. In fact, even on Monday, we still have high pressure in control, but we'll be watching for the next storm. That's coming through Tuesday into Wednesday. Keep in mind, those are the days where the folks who are traveling for Thanksgiving start to put their travel plans together, so it may have impacts on us here in the tri-state Tuesday, Wednesday. Today, nope, we got lots of clouds. High temp gets up to 54 degrees. Showers kick in after midnight tonight. Low drops down to 46. And as we go through the next 7 days, morning showers for you tomorrow, then drying out after that. Next chances of rain are Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. By the way, we got a birthday shout out to our good friend. This is Katerina, turning 40 years old today, looking gorgeous as ever. Happy birthday to you. Let's get you over to Inez right now and set you up with our commute, which isn't good.
No, Mike, it is not good this morning. Heading towards the George Washington Bridge, all because of problems on the Cross Bronx. Right now, you can see traffic on the Alexander Hamilton Bridge is not moving. It still remains closed northbound Cross Bronx over by Jerome Avenue. It's been closed since shortly after 4:30 this morning. An accident involving a jackknife tractor trailer has all lanes closed. On occasion, they're letting some traffic through, but this is also affecting the Major Deegan. The ramp heading towards the Cross Bronx, that's backed up, and it's causing delays on the Deegan there. So the George Washington Bridge inbound, upper level, not moving, of course, so that's going to be about over an hour delay. It's more than 90 minutes heading towards the upper level. Lower level is 60 minutes, but you're not going anywhere, so really you're not heading in any direction. Avoid that. If you want to take the Lincoln Tunnel 495, you are backed up. That's about 30 to 40 minutes inbound. Holland Tunnel about 15 to 20. Other problems, Route 80 in New Jersey eastbound after exit 30. 2 lanes are blocked with an accident. The rails look good. Everything running on or close. Rosanna and Curt, back to you.
All right, thank you very much, Rosanna, Curt, and Ryan, here with entertainment news.
Happy Friday, guys. We're talking about Glenn Close right now.
What a great actress.
I mean, come on now. She's a legend, and I've spoken with her in person, and she's a crack-up, too. She's hilarious, so much fun. But in this new role, Glenn Close doesn't look anything close to what we're used to seeing Glenn Close look like right here in the latest trailer for the Hunger Games: Sunrise of the Reaping.
Welcome, Panem, to the glorious reaping of District 12.
Wow, she looks pretty different there. We'll just go with that.
Yes, different.
That was actually Glenn Close as Drusilla Sickle, the District 12 tribute escort of the Hunger Games. Now, the upcoming prequel, it's based on Suzanne Collins' book that came out by the same name back in March of this year. It takes place 24 years before the events of the original Hunger Games. Now, Close is among a star-studded cast that also includes Kieran Culkin, Elle Fanning, Jesse Plemons, Billy Porter, and Maya Hawke. So it is stacked. But the main characters that you just saw there in the film, however, there's some rising actors in Joseph Zada and Whitney Peak, and the Hunger Games: Sunrise of the Reaping is currently slated to be released in November of next year. So we got a year to wait for that, but something you'll be seeing a little bit sooner. HBO already renewing A Night of Seven Kingdoms Season 2 before Season 1 even came out. So apparently it's going to be a pretty good series now. This is a prequel to Game of Thrones, and it's set a century before the events of Game of Thrones and 72 years after House of the Dragon. Now, the renewal of A Night and the Seven Kingdoms comes even before Season 1 was dropped on HBO. That's set to release January 18th of next year, and it's based on George R.R. Martin, New Jersey native, by the way, of Tales of Duncan Egg novellas. Meanwhile, as I mentioned, House of Dragon, that series also renewed for Season 4 before Season 3 has even premiered next summer.
It's hard to keep track here.
It's hard to keep track, and the upcoming seasons better be good, because then fans might be like, hold up on that new season. And now let's talk about a brand new movie. We're getting our very first look at the upcoming Pixar film, this one titled Hoppers.
The shrill beaver is right.
Yeah!
Their treachery ends here, now.
Yeah!
Let's squish the humans.
Yeah!
Wait, squish?
They squish us! Why shouldn't we squish one of them?
Because we don't want that, all right? Animals become in peace. Now, the film centers around an animal lover who uses advanced technology to hop her consciousness into a robotic beaver, of all things, so she can speak to animals, okay? It's got an all-star voice cast, including Meryl Streep, Dave Franco, John Hamm, Rosanna, and many more. Now,
John Hamm, did you say John Hamm?
I did say John Hamm. Now, Rosanna will be first in line to watch this animated feature on March 6th, so stay tuned for that.
I love cartoons.
Oh, yeah, I'm
looks
sure
cool.
you do.
And Pixar always does such a great job with animation there as well.
They do. And of course,
fun.
Rosanna will be watching for the plot. Not John Hamm's voice.
Just the voice. That's all you need.
Okay, listen, I got to finish the last episode of the morning show this week.
Oh, good luck with that.
I think the finale dropped.
Yes, it did. So you've got a weekend task
and
now.
John Hamm, I think, is maybe in the finale, too. I got a date with John Hamm this weekend.
Yeah, okay, there you go.
All right, still
You
ahead
think.
in my head.
Yeah.
Anyway, Randall's Island, you know, they destroyed that field, but it looks so much better now. It's been revamped and only cost $5 million of your tax money, but it's back, thank goodness.
All right, ahead of Thanksgiving, we're also going to talk turkey, and this year, prices for some staples are actually going down. We'll break it down for you when we come back.
Right now, Rosanna Scotto, Curt Menefee. Let's have a good day, New York.
Of course we're going to have a good day. It's Friday.
How can you not?
And it doesn't look so bad outside, right? It's nice and dry.
Compared to the rest
cloudy.
of this week, I'll take it.
All right, cloudy. Temps, though, in the 50s. Mike has the full forecast coming up when there might be some rain coming up.
All right, in the news today, Mayor-elect Mamdani is meeting with President Trump this afternoon. We'll tell you what we know as he plans to meet with the president at the White House.
Also in D.C., President Trump accused 6 Democrats of sedition, going as far as saying it's punishable by death. How lawmakers are responding this morning.
Back here in New York, 2 people are injured after an explosion at a Midtown parking garage. We'll tell you what officials are saying led to the massive blast.
Also, the holiday season kicked off in the city. Macy's Herald Square joining in on the fun. Doesn't it look festive? We've got the new Christmas display right here on Good Day New York. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Friday, November 21st. Did somebody say Friday?
Yes.
Okay.
It is Friday. None of this Friday Junior stuff. None of this almost Friday. It is Friday, and we are happy to be with you and have you with us. Mike Woods joins us right now, and Mike,
Yeah. You know what I like about this Friday? Even though it's kind of cloudy, it's so mild outside.
Yeah, compared to where we've been, man, I'll take this any day.
Exactly. We were kind of suffering early. You got to ease us into this wintertime temperature situation. So today kind of helps it take it back. Good morning to you, Rosanna and Curt. Here's what we have. We have a lot of clouds in the area, but they're working on, just kind of bringing in more moisture, thickening the clouds to the point where we get rain. But it's going to take a little while for that to happen, so we don't have to worry about it during the day. You can keep the umbrellas home. You won't need them until tonight. 47, that's your temp. Central Park. 43 in Islip. 34 degrees in the East Hampton. Same thing for you in Monticello. Your temps have bumped up for everyone. Some places it's a lot warmer, like Sussex, 15 degrees warmer for you. On average, it's about 8 degrees warmer, and that is the situation for Newark as well as in Central Park. The winds are coming in from the southwest at around 3 to 8 miles per hour. We're feeding in more moisture. We're going to bring a cold front in here and all the ingredients to wring out some decent showers, but not until around midnight tonight, maybe shortly thereafter, and it sticks around for a little while and then gets out of here by mid-morning tomorrow. Today, lots of clouds, not much sun. High temp gets up to 54 degrees today. Showers come through tonight into tomorrow morning. Then we dry out for the second half of your Saturday and into Sunday and Monday. Let's bring in Inez, who's been real busy with commuting issues. Good morning to you.
Hey there, Mike. Yeah, it's been tough out there, especially in the Bronx. The Cross Bronx has been closed since around 4:30 this morning because of an accident. We have some video from that accident early this morning. This is eastbound, northbound in the Cross Bronx by Jerome Avenue. You can see that car there wrecked fully. So that accident involved with a jackknife tractor trailer and a fuel spill has had the Cross Bronx closed so many hours. Again, that's northbound by Jerome Avenue that you've had all lanes closed, causing heavy delays, of course, right now. If you're heading into the city, I would avoid this. Let's go to our cameras, the George Washington Bridge. Traffic barely moving. You can see those tractor trailers right there running next to each other. It's a parking lot since the Cross Bronx is closed. So the GWB, people are still heading in that direction. It's over an hour if you're going to try to head there. You're not going anywhere. Lower level, it's an hour delay if you can get through that. If you're heading towards the Lincoln Tunnel instead, 495 backed up to Route 3 in the Turnpike. That's about 30 to 40 minutes inbound. The Holland Tunnel, 15 to 20. Other problems, Route 80 eastbound after exit 32 lanes are blocked with a crash. Injuries are involved with that one. The Gowanus traffic moving slow. These are just your delays from the Belt Merge heading towards the Prospect eastbound. No problems on the westbound side. Trains look good. Everything running on or close to schedule. Back to you, Curt and Rosanna.
All right, thank you so much, Inez. So it's been going on for quite some time. They have had harsh words for one another for months now. Today, they're going to be sitting down together in the Oval Office.
President Trump is scheduled to meet with New York City Mayor-elect Zohran Mamdani this afternoon in Washington, D.C., which is where our Morgan Mackay is live right now. Morgan, first of all, thanks for joining us. Hopefully you got down there pretty smoothly. Tell us what we can expect when this meeting happens today and exactly what details we know.
Good morning, Rosanna and Curt. Yeah, this highly anticipated meeting between Mayor-elect Zohran Mamdani and President Donald Trump is scheduled to start at 3 p.m. Hopefully they are on time. Now, Mamdani's team tells me that he's not supposed to get to D.C. until about noon today. But this meeting is unusual in part because Mamdani isn't mayor yet. He doesn't take office until January 1st. And as you guys mentioned, the two have been exchanging attacks for months. President Trump has called Mamdani, who's a Democratic socialist, a communist. He has threatened to pull federal funding from the city, and he's also even threatened to deport Mamdani, who's a naturalized American citizen. And on the other hand, you have Mamdani making it clear that there's no love lost between them. He has also traded attacks with the president. He has said that he wants to show the rest of the country how to stand up against Trump. And even in his victory speech on election night, he made it clear that he wasn't going to back down from Trump over the next 4 years. Now, it's in the best interest of both of them for them to get along today, but Mamdani says he's going to be bringing his affordability message to the president. He says he thinks they can find common ground when it comes to that affordability message. But in preparation, Mamdani's team tells me that he did speak with Governor Kathy Hochul, House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries, Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, and Reverend Al Sharpton, all to get a sense of what he should be expecting before he walks into that meeting a little bit later this afternoon with the president.
I don't know if you can hear me, Morgan, but I was just wondering, is this going to be open to the press, this meeting? Because, I mean, we've seen some of these meetings go a little awry, like the Zelensky meeting a few months ago.
Yes.
So it is closed to the press. We'll be on the White House lawn waiting for Mamdani to come out after and speak with reporters. Now, when Mayor Eric Adams met with the president, it was behind closed doors as well. The president also made the mayor wait between about an hour and a half before he actually met with him, which we're hoping that doesn't happen today. But it's all, we're going to have to see if the president does want to mess with Mamdani a little bit. It's unclear exactly if it's going to be a fiery conversation. But what I'm hearing from a lot of sources is that Trump is a little bit friendlier behind closed doors, and he seems like on social media he's a little bit fiercer, a little more spicy on social media, whereas behind closed doors he's a little bit friendlier. And then for Mamdani as well, even the former Republican Council Minority Leader Joe Borelli saying that Mamdani is just a very personal person as well. He's just very friendly, he's charming, and so the two might have a lot of common ground. The two might even get along, but that might be too optimistic. Rosanna and Curt?
Well, maybe it's a good thing that the cameras aren't there if that is the case for both of them behind the scenes. You're going to be there in D.C. What do you expect after the meeting? You know, will there be a press conference? Will we hear from the mayor-elect?
So Mamdani will be coming out to speak with reporters, will be on the White House lawn this afternoon, and he says that he is going to take questions from reporters after that meeting is done. So if we're talking optimistically here, I'm hoping that he'll be addressing reporters by at least 4 p.m. It's unclear if he's going to be speaking with anyone on Capitol Hill afterwards or any congressional members. His team says they are still figuring out their schedule, and they'll let us know when they do decide.
All right. Thank you, Morgan. Our eyes and ears in D.C. And let's hope for the best. We're New Yorkers.
Exactly.
We're all caught in the middle, so let's hope for the best.
And
Thanks.
Morgan's going to be there, as you heard, all day long with a full report later on today on the 5 and 6 o'clock news.
And I'm sure on our streaming service as well.
Exactly. So
Right.
you don't have to worry about being left out.
Okay.
Meanwhile, President Trump didn't mince any words or hide his anger after Democrats released a video telling members of the military they must refuse illegal orders.
The president said what they did was punishable by death. Robert Moses, what's going on?
Yeah, Rosanna and Curt, Democratic leaders say that they have spoken with Capitol Police as well as the House Sergeant at Arms about protecting these 6 lawmakers who they say President Donald Trump has threatened with death. Those 6 Democrats, all with backgrounds in either the military or intelligence community, recorded a video, and then one of them, Senator Alyssa Slotkin, posted it on X on Tuesday. Here's the specific part of that video that really got the president angry.
Our laws are clear. You can refuse illegal orders.
You can refuse illegal orders.
You must refuse illegal orders.
In a series of posts on Truth Social, the president fought back. This is really bad and dangerous to our country. He wrote, their words cannot be allowed to stand. Seditious behavior from traitors. Lock them up. In another, the president wrote, seditious behavior punishable by death. And he shared this other post that reads, hang them. George Washington would. 2 of our local lawmakers responded.
The President of the United States just called for members of Congress to be executed. If you are a person of influence in this country, maybe it's time to pick a side.
The president seems to be not only not concerned about it, but almost delighting in this kind of dangerous political rhetoric, and it's despicable.
At the White House, Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt responded no when asked if the president wants to execute the 6 members of Congress who recorded that video. Here's what else she said.
If this were Republican members of Congress who were encouraging members of the military and members of our United States government to defy orders from the president and from the chain of command, this entire room would be up in arms. But instead, it is the other way around, and I think that's quite telling.
The Trump administration also received criticism for reports that it was making plans to relax a Coast Guard policy about the display of hate symbols like swastikas and nooses. Media outlets, including the Washington Post, had reported that the Guard was about to enact a policy ambiguously calling the symbols potentially divisive. Well, the acting commandant of the Coast Guard called those reports categorically false, and then hours later, the Guard issued new regulations that say divisive or hate symbols and flags are prohibited. The Guard also said in a press release this is not an updated policy, but a new policy to combat any misinformation, and doubled down that the U.S. Coast Guard forbids these symbols. Curt and Rosanna, back to you.
Okay, thank you so much for that, Robert. Meanwhile, the Democrats' video on refusing illegal orders and the president's response getting a lot of reaction in D.C.
Yeah, Shannon Bream, the host of Fox News Sunday, joins us as she does most Fridays. Good to see you, Shannon.
You guys too.
All right, let's start, I guess, and work our way backwards here before we get to the meeting between the mayor-elect and the president. Let's talk about this rhetoric. Wasn't it just this summer we spent all this time about toning down the rhetoric, How is this playing in D.C., not just among Democrats, but among members of both parties?
Yeah, and I think for Republicans, it's frustrating. And they'll say the president says he wants to focus on things like the economy, on the things that he's accomplished. They want to focus on what they felt like it was a better than expected jobs report out yesterday. And yet every member on the Hill is being asked about this. Do you think that these members should be under threat of sedition or of treason? What's your response to what the president said? And it distracts from all the other things that Republicans and the White House have said that they want people to be focused on. So you saw Speaker Mike Johnson take some questions on this and say, listen, you know, we got to tone things down. He said, he mentioned his son who's at the Naval Academy. Like, this is the last thing that these young men and women in uniform need to be thrown into the middle of. So I think everybody hopes that it will tone down here. But here's the thing everybody's talking past each other about is that everybody agrees that legal orders are to be obeyed and that the law, yes, does provide a way for you to disobey or disregard an order that is not legal.
Okay, well, I guess they have to have their handbook with them to figure out what's legal and what's not legal. But we really want to know about the Mamdani sit-down today. Are you hearing anything from the president's people?
Well, yeah, I think that they're very interested in having this meeting. You know, the president is so good at optics, at production. So I have to assume he's put a ton of thought into how this is going to go down. And yeah, we hear sometimes that we may not see them together. We may not get a press conference together, those kinds of things. But in this White House, you never know. You never know how the day is going to play out. So I would not be surprised if we get something we're not expecting. The president's very good at curveballs, but man, to be a fly on the wall for this meeting.
I know. I bet you he's not going to call him my little commie in person. Let's see how that goes.
Maybe not.
Who's on your show on Sunday?
So with all of these topics in mind, we've got Senator Mark Warner. He is the ranking member on Senate Intel. We've also got GOP Senator Eric Schmidt with us. And we've got a legal panel because we feel like there's a ton of stuff that we need to wade through legally. And some of these fights that, you know, talking about the president's powers and how far they do or don't extend as commander-in-chief. We'll try to get through all of that on Sunday.
Okay, we'll watch at 10 o'clock Sunday morning right here on Fox 5.
Have a great weekend, guys.
You too, Shannon. Take care. All right, when we come back here on Good Day in New York, Macy's gearing up for the holiday season. We're getting a look at all the new Christmas decor.
Plus, last night was the season finale of Fox's intense competition show, Special Forces World's Toughest Test. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it yet, well, sorry.
We're going to have one of the show's winners. Can you believe this? Gia Giudice was one of the winners.
And so was Sean Johnson East, who we had on earlier this week.
Oh, my God. Anyway,
they split it.
So Gia is going to be here in the 9 o'clock hour. We got a lot to talk about, including her family reunion. That's coming up at 9.
Fox Local.
Okay, let's talk about a holiday tradition here in the city. Macy's Herald Square revealed its holiday windows for the season last night, and the theme is the most wonderful stories start here. It celebrates a series of firsts, including Santa's first arrival in 1861, the first window display in 1874, the first Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade in 1924. The windows will be up for the public to see through January.
What was Santa doing before the mid-1800s?
I'm not sure. He was busy with the elves. They didn't work that fast back then.
They didn't have the technology.
They didn't have the technology. And Mrs. Claus had him on a very tight schedule.
I guess that's what it was. Mrs. Claus is always in control. Keep that in mind, Mike. Always.
Oh, everybody knows that.
Yes.
I mean, clearly. Macy's was going 1874. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, this is
I know.
stuff that I don't, never think about. That's cool stuff, though. Go check it out. The holidays are here. Thanksgiving just a week away, or a little less than a week away now. Let's start focusing in on what's going on with the weather as we approach that, because it's always a big travel time. So today, your normal high temp is 52 degrees. We'll make it up to about 54. We're actually doing fine today. We have some clouds in the area. It's mainly thin clouds that aren't giving us rain or anything like that yet, but by tonight that will change up on us here. 47 Central Park, 42 degrees in White Plains. The wind's coming in from the southwest at around 5 to 8 miles per hour. So it's a quiet start to the day, and we're bringing up more moisture from the southeastern states. That brings in warmer temps, more moisture, and sets you up for the rain to get going. Here's the Futurecast. The Fox weather model here says, you know what, clouds thicken through the day today. Your rain chances are probably holding off until sometime later tonight. After about midnight or so, they'll start to cruise through the tri-state region. You could have some heavier downpours in the early morning hours for you tomorrow morning before it starts to clear out. We bring in some cooler, drier air for the second half of your Saturday, so that's what gets that rain out of the picture and pretty much keeps us nice and clear and cool for late Saturday into Sunday. Even though we have another little weak disturbance coming to the northeast, it doesn't look like it brings us additional showers here in the tri-state. Rain totals coming out of this, about 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch of rain. It's very much like that last little rain event that we had coming on through the tri-state region. So we'll do it again tonight into tomorrow. Then we'll dry till Tuesday into Wednesday. By the way, another birthday shout out to Antonia, turning 11 years old. Happy birthday to you. You're all set for it. Let's bring in Inez right now. And it's a great way to go into the weekend, too, with the birthday. Anyway.
That's right. Happy birthday, Antonia. Oh, things are not looking good in the Bronx. The Cross Bronx still jammed up. It's still closed over at Jerome Avenue heading northbound. You can see traffic not moving here on the Alexander Hamilton Bridge. The only traffic you see moving is traffic heading towards the Major Deegan. Now, this is also affecting the Major Deegan because of all traffic out the off-ramp heading towards the Cross Bronx also jammed up. Other problems this morning, Route 80 eastbound. 2 lanes are blocked with an accident there after exit 30. The Sawmill has a crash, slowing things down back to the Cross County. The accident is southbound after McLean Avenue. You have at least 1 lane closed. Rails look good. Everything running on or close to schedule. Rosanna and Curt, back to you.
Thank you so much, Inez. Coming up, it's a one-of-a-kind new holiday attraction. It opens this morning.
Crystal Young already there checking it out. It's a double-decker Christmas carousel in Greeley Square. Which deck are you on?
I'm on the first deck, but you know I'm going to go higher a little later. I'm just hanging out with my friend the giraffe here. This is the Christmas carousel. It all kicks off today at 10 a.m. and I'm going to have the story of why it's in New York and how you can take a ride. That's going to be when Good Day comes right back. Stick with us.
double-decker Christmas carousel is opening today in the heart of Midtown.
The Christmas Carousel will debut on 33rd Street and Broadway starting at 10 o'clock, but Crystal Young's already there in Greeley Square to tell us what we should know. Crystal, I can't wait to see this.
You know what? It is really, really beautiful. And if there is a cell phone within like a 2 or 3 block radius, people are definitely drawn to it. They're coming over, they're whipping it out, they're taking little videos. And it's not just little kids, it's adults because it's cool and you can take advantage of it too. I'm going to slide over to Kelly Collins. She's from the 34th Street Partnership. Talk to me about bringing this here. I mean, it definitely is like a wow.
Well, part of the 34th Street Partnership's mission is to activate all of the amazing public spaces here in the district. Cool. So we felt that a beautiful, nostalgic double-decker carousel would be an amazing fit to all the great holiday activities happening here in the district and in Midtown.
And I feel like it's right across from Macy's. There's so much good shopping. There's so much good food. So you could just make this area your destination for an afternoon or a day, and you would never run out of things to do.
No, absolutely. I mean, we sort of unofficially call this the unofficial holiday HQ here in Midtown. So, of course, we have Macy's. You can do all of your holiday shopping. We have Macy's Holiday Square with all the holiday shops. And, of course, we're just steps away from Bank of America Winter Village at Bryant Park. So, so much to do here.
Very cool. And how much is it? How do people get tickets?
So, tickets are $7. You can purchase them online at 34thstreet.org, or you can come here in person and purchase them just here at the ticket booth.
Love. Okay, so don't take our word for it, how cool it is. I had to talk to a couple of people who were standing around. Take a listen to what they had to say.
It is a beautiful piece of artwork.
Okay.
That I really need to know more history about this piece because it's beautiful.
Okay.
So it brings me back to my days at Nunley's out in Baldwin and in Nassau. That's
All
what
right.
It is.
So you're a Long Island kind of guy.
Kind of.
Okay.
It's amazing. Amazing. I love New York.
Yeah.
I see the horse. My daughter is very happy.
Do you like the carousel?
Yeah.
So there you have it. Tourists love it. New Yorkers love it. It's hard not to love it. I can tell you now that I'm really riding it, it goes a little faster than you think. But you know what, Curt and Rosanna, you guys got this. If you come down to Greeley Square, you can swing your leg right over the animal of your choice and have a ride. For $7, of course. I love the Curt. Like, oh yes, I'm telling you, it's fun, and it starts at 10 a.m.
Here's a question: do you get to choose which deck you go on, or they follow you in line?
Oh no, you get to choose. You get to choose.
I'm
you
in.
get to choose. You pick your deck. You pick your animal. All good.
How long does the ride last? Because I get sick going around in circles. Just checking.
Oh, wow. You know what? It's a minute or two. It's
Okay.
short. And it's not going to whip you around too much, Rosanna.
Okay.
Yes, you could do that. You got this.
I got it.
Come bring Vinny. Your grandson would love it.
Vincent.
Ah, there we go.
But thank you. All right.
Vincent. Oh, my God.
All right, thank you, Crystal. She's talking about Christmas. We're going to talk about Thanksgiving when we come back, specifically the surprising prices and actually why the big holiday dinner might cost less than you expect.
Plus, he's one of New York's best-known restaurateurs, and she's a very successful actress. We're going to talk to New York power couple Danny Meyer and his wife Audrey Heffernan Meyer. She is starring in a new off-Broadway play. It's called Art of Leaving. We'll talk to Audrey and Danny in the 9 o'clock hour. the subway, running with people. Up in Harlem, down on Broadway, you're no tramp, but you're no lady. Here we go. You're the heart and soul of New York City. Give it to me.
You save it for the big moment?
I'm giving it the big moment because it's Friday, just about 8:30. And you know what that means on Good Day New York? That means we celebrate native New Yorkers, those who want to be a part of our city. We dance, we sing, we want to show them off, you know.
Yeah, a little bit. Every Friday, we want to show you off. One of our viewers is chosen as our native New York of the day, and let's see who it is today.
Oh, she's a newborn. That's newborn girl Crosby Nix Sabag and her mom Paulina Gerzon.
That's the youngest
native New
participant we've
Yorker
ever had, for sure.
I love it. Oh, how sweet is that? Her mom Paulina doing great. That baby is so cute. Their rendition of native New Yorker. What a blessing.
Happy
what
birthday.
Joy.
Happy birthday. I wonder what fan they are of which team.
By the way,
Crosby Nix? Nix? Not Nick. K-N-I-C-K-S. Just like the team.
I love it. Now, if the baby can dance, Kurt, you can dance too.
That baby's young enough. I'm too old.
All right,
That's what it is. By the way, Paulina Gerzon, she was a child actress. She was on Law and Order quite a bit.
Oh, she was?
She was on The Good Wife. And now, look at her all grown up.
You look great, Paulina. Nice to see you. Hope you're feeling great. And
maybe,
Crosby.
Maybe singing there. Was that the move?
It was sweet. All right, we can't get enough of this. Do you want to be featured as our next native New Yorker? Just send us a clip of you singing, dancing, birthing, whatever it may be. Enjoying the Odyssey song. You can scan the QR code right there on the screen. Come on, Kurt. We got babies. We got dogs. We've got young people, old people. We got it all.
Everybody's doing it. Almost everybody.
Mikey, let's see you give a bust a move.
Yeah, let me see you follow that, Mike.
Well, all I know is the baby's reaction to your dancing.
Oh.
I think that pretty much said it all.
I think it does. I can't really disagree right now.
Inez, thank you, Inez.
There you go. There you go.
Right, you guys got it. It's ladies' night here at the club.
We'll give it to
all right?
Happy birthday. Welcome to the world.
Yes.
And yeah, we're ready for the weekend. We're ready for a little celebration, little weekend. Hopefully the weather cooperates for you. We do have some weather we'll have to deal with getting to it, but it's going to be okay. We do have some clouds in the area, and as far as showers go, not a problem. Not for the morning commute, not for the evening commute. But tonight, if you're out and about, you're going to want that wet weather gear along with you. We've got 47 degrees out at Central Park right now, 42 in White Plains, and 36 degrees for you in Poughkeepsie. Our temps are warmer in all locations, except for East Hampton, just a little cooler. But everyone else, 2 to 15 degrees warmer now than it was yesterday at the same time. On average, it's around 8 to 10 degree bump up in temperatures. The south wind helps us out with the warmer temps. That's going on, coming through at around 3 to 8 miles per hour. That's what happens when high pressure shifts away. We get the winds coming in from the south and southwest, and that's going to lead us up into a day where the clouds thicken throughout the day. But when it comes to rain chances, they're probably holding off until we get closer to midnight tonight into tomorrow morning during the early get-around hours for you on Saturday, but then it clears out after that. And after that, we're talking about Sunday into Monday, and even Tuesday, things are looking, actually Sunday and Monday are looking pretty good, but by Tuesday, things are starting to change up as our next storm starts to take shape. But that's way down the road, and we got a little time before we get there, so don't worry about it for now. Today's high temperature, 54. It's nighttime rain into tomorrow morning, then we take a couple days break. All right, let's get you over to Inez, who's very busy with the commute still. Good morning.
That's right, Mike. We still have problems this morning over in the Bronx. On the Cross Bronx, all lanes remain closed since 4:30 this morning. We have video of the accident that occurred shortly after 4:30. You could see that car wrecked. No word on injuries. This is the Cross Bronx northbound at Jerome Avenue, where all lanes are closed. They did open up a lane to let some traffic through, but they have everything closed mostly for the most part since 4:30 this morning. There's also a jackknife tractor trailer involved, but you can see the mess that's causing right now with your morning commute. Let's look at the Alexander Hamilton Bridge here on the Cross Bronx. No one's is moving. This is also affecting the Major Deegan, the off-ramp heading towards the Cross Bronx. The George Washington Bridge, you do not want to go in that direction. It's over an hour, 2 hours. You're not going anywhere there, and that's why you have that big delay, and it looks like it'll remain like that until they clear away that accident, even for a couple of hours after they clear away that accident. Lower level, that's open, but that's still going to cost you about an hour at least heading inbound. If you want to head towards the Lincoln Tunnel, we're jammed up on 495. There's an accident past the boulevard blocking a lane past the Weehawken and Hoboken exit. So that's blocking a lane. So that's going to be about 45 minutes inbound. The Holland Tunnel, it's about 15 to 20. Other problems this morning, Route 80 eastbound. There's an accident after exit 30 blocking 2 lanes. Injuries are involved with that one. The Sawmill has an accident southbound after McLean Avenue. 1 lane blocked. Delays go back to the Cross County Parkway. Rails look good. Everything running on or close to schedule. Curt and Rosanna, back to you.
Okay, thanks so much, Inez. 2 people were injured after a generator exploded at a Midtown parking garage.
The blast actually sent debris flying everywhere. Jessica Formosa is on the scene right now with the very latest on this investigation. Good morning, Jessica.
Good morning, Curt and Rosanna. I mean, this was a freak accident. It could have happened to any of us. These 2 women were walking on this side of the sidewalk when an explosion happens across the street in that garage in the basement. The generator explodes, and fire officials say the exhaust vent flew off, hitting the women. And you see right there that hole, which appears to be the spot where that exhaust vent was once. Now, according to the FDNY, the explosion happened just after 9 p.m. inside this parking garage on East 53rd Street between Lexington and 3rd Avenues. Officials say this was a generator malfunction. They believe the back puff on the basement diesel generator may have ignited in the vent pipe, causing the exhaust vent cover to fly off, launching pieces of metal across the street, injuring the 2 victims. Now, we spoke to a witness who describes what he saw.
While I was sitting in the car, I hear the boom. So when I look up, I see the black smoke coming out from across the street, and like that cover from that building came across like a bullet, and it hit the girls that they were walking by.
Actual damage to the building. As for the victims, well, one was transported in stable condition, the other one in critical, but they're telling us that this morning she is in critical but stable. That's the latest we have here from Midtown. Curt, Rosanna, back to both of you.
Oh, we hope they recover very quickly. Thank you so much, Jessica. All right, meanwhile, 4 newly restored soccer fields on Randall's Island are reopening.
The fields were previously being used as a location for tents housing the city's migrant population, and the area provided shelter to over 25,000 migrants between its opening in 2023 and its closure earlier this year. Officials say, though, the new synthetic turf, goals, and pathways were installed at a cost of $5 million, so the fields are once again ready for soccer.
And the kids can go have a place to play, you know.
All right, it feels like grocery prices keep going up, but there's actually something to be thankful for this holiday season.
It's not as bad as you think. Data is showing that some Thanksgiving dinner staples will be cheaper this year than last. Jody Goldberg has details.
Thanksgiving may be the season of gratitude, but not everyone is giving thanks for prices at the grocery store.
Prices are ridiculous. They are what they are. I can't do anything about it.
Nationally, the Thanksgiving feast is actually down from last year, according to economists with the American Farm Bureau. The biggest drivers, turkey and some of the sides.
For a frozen 16-pound turkey, we're looking at an average cost of $21.50 in the United States. So that's down about 16% from last year. We've also seen some decreases in other items like dinner rolls and stuffings, and that's kind of due to some lower wheat prices on the farm commodity side.
A Wells Fargo Thanksgiving report shows that when it comes to national versus store brands, name brand frozen vegetables are down 15%. Popular sides like stuffing, gravy, and fresh cranberries dropped 3 to 4% from last year. And the sweetest savings, some pumpkin pie brands are also down 3%. And even with those national numbers, shoppers still tell me they're chasing the sales. They say hopping from store to store is the secret to spending the least.
I know how to shop. You know how to shop. Prices don't matter.
But not everything is cheaper. Fresh produce can cost more thanks to weather and other supply disruptions.
Sweet potatoes and our veggie tray that consists of celery and carrots.
And here in the Northeast, families may spend a little more on their dinners overall.
The Northeast is seeing a little bit of an increase from last year due to all of the variety of things that go into fresh produce and grocery store prices, transportation, fuel, For turkey farmers, that's avian influenza.
While some are cutting back.
Before we used to get big turkey, now we get a small turkey.
Others are leaving the hosting to someone else.
I don't host it, my daughter does.
I'm going to my nephew with a bowl of ice cream.
And don't forget to leave room for dessert. On Long Island, Jody Goldberg, Good Day, New York.
Nice to get a little good news going into the holiday season. All right, when we come back, the holidays are always meant to bring joy for your family.
But it can also bring on a little stress, especially if your family is kind of split up. Author and lawyer Gabriella Pomeri is here. She's going to have tips to help divorced parents keep holidays cheerful and avoid stress for the kids when we come back.
Well, with holidays around the corner, accomplished lawyer and author Gabriella Pomeri is helping ease tensions between people who no longer are together but are co-parenting as a team.
The collaborative co-parent is out right now, both online and in bookstores. Gabriella is with us to help us navigate the holidays. Nice to see you.
Good morning.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
So what's the statistic these days? 40% of marriages wind up in
I
divorce?
think it's 1 in 2 now. It's more common than we think.
But I feel like, unlike years ago, parents are really trying to make it a lot, I don't know, more manageable with the kids.
They are. They're trying to put the kids first because it's all about them, and particularly around the holidays. It's special for your kids and less for you.
We can say they try to put the kids first. Trying and doing can often be two different things. What advice do you have for people, particularly this time of year where everybody's stressed out already and you've got two different homes maybe that you're pulling and pushing the kids towards to try and keep it as calm as you can for the young ones?
It can be really hard because I think at the time of the holidays, emotions are high, there's high conflict, you're still grieving your old family. So it's important to plan early, work out where your kids are going to be and when. And it might be that you're alternating. So kids might be with, one parent Christmas Day, the other parent Christmas Eve. Thanksgiving, you can probably only share with one family. So alternate years or celebrate on another day. And keep communication low conflict. Remember, it's about your kids, every single decision.
Communication, you say, is the key, particularly when it comes around to maybe school holidays. And kids have a little bit more free time, but the question is, okay, do I go with mom? Do I go with dad? Do I split my time? How do you navigate that then?
Yeah, remember, it's not about equal time. I think parents engage in this conflict saying we want to do it equally, but it's about your children. So work out what's going to work best for them, who's going to take them away and when. So if people are traveling, again, communicate about it, plan early and work out where they want to be. Kids want stability and routine too, so they need to know where they're going to be. That's really, really important. And keep things civilised as best as as you can.
I have to say, I have a family member where her ex-husband and the new girlfriend had Christmas Eve dinner with us, and my girlfriend, she actually is the baby, her ex-husband's new wife's baby's godmother. She was in the delivery room because the ex-husband was on a business trip.
That's good,
that's
but
collaborative
is that common?
co-parenting.
I mean,
is that really common?
I feel like you're hearing more of those stories than the War of the Roses from 20 years ago.
Yeah, I think it's because we realize now that how our children experience our separation and divorce is affecting how they then go into marriages and future relationships and they parent. So I'm the same. I've got a new partner. I've got a 1-year-old. So we're all blended and we're learning how to live in a blended family. And next week I've got my son's Christmas play. And so I'm working out, do we all go together? Do we hold hands? Do we sit together? We've just got to make it work for my son. He's got to be the focus and he needs to feel like he's still part of one family. And it's not this whole 2 separate homes. I'm different now.
Okay, so how do you do that? I mean, again, it's easier said than done because especially with young kids, sometimes they may want to go, I don't want to see mom or dad with someone else while we're having Christmas dinner. So how do you navigate that?
Keep their emotions at the forefront of your mind. Have those discussions with your children. Work out what's going to be okay for them and what they're comfortable with, and then make them feel a little bit more normal. So it might be that you can all sit together, and if you can't, that's okay. Respect each family. Make sure your child knows it's okay to go and spend time with their other parent and with that family, because once your child knows it's okay and their parent feels okay with it, they'll feel more comfortable too. It's less anxiety provoking and it makes them happier over the holiday season.
How do you avoid even a divorce? I mean, like, there's got to be a conversation before you start a marriage. You sit down. I feel like we're missing conversations, like very important conversations on fundamental things.
I think it comes down to communication. So I talk a lot about communication in my book. I've got the 4 pillars of communication.
Which are?
Listen. Pause, reflect, and then respond. And I think that that's adaptable to anything, not just to separated or divorced couple, but to everyday relationships and businesses. So listen, really hear what the person's saying, take your time to digest, but the pause is the most important part. It could be, 3 seconds, 3 days. It depends how important the issue is, and reflect on that. And then go back and respond with respect, with positivity, and with an answer that's going to take you somewhere and not going to cause more conflict.
That's actually good advice in anything that you do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I assume also with this holiday time, you got to kind of build up to it. Like, you don't make these decisions the week before Thanksgiving or the week before Christmas.
No, a lot of people have parenting plans in place, or you might even have court orders, and they try to map out the whole year. But if you don't start planning early, Thanksgiving is next week, you should already be chatting about what's happening that day. Let's have a plan in place so we're not on the phone that morning, we're not in a text war saying, no, I'm coming at this time. But also it's important to be flexible because the reality is plans will change. Your ex or your co-parent might deliver your child a little bit late, and that's okay too. You don't want to be fighting on the day of Thanksgiving or on Christmas because your child will remember that and less about the holiday.
Right. Take a deep breath.
Absolutely.
Okay, Gabriella Palmieri, if people want to learn more about what you do and your book, where can they find you?
Absolutely. On Instagram at Collaborative Co-Parent. Read my book, so it's available online or bookshops and my website.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Welcome back to New York. We hear the Australian accent, but you got some New York ties, right?
Yeah. That's it. I love New York. I studied at Columbia and I love coming back here.
Well, welcome back.
Thank you.
You don't need the jacket today because you need a light jacket. A light jacket. It was a coat earlier this week. Now it's just a jacket today, Mike.
Exactly. You get away with that, and then eventually some rain gear. But that's not until later on, closer to midnight. What we have out there right now, I mean, this is definitely fine. We got the East River, the Brooklyn Bridge, and a lot of clouds out there, but showers not a problem for us here. But the clouds will be thickening. In fact, it's already happening, but not to the point where you have to deal with showers yet. So you can get forward through the day without having to deal with that. Let's check those temperatures, which really aren't bad. No one's freezing at this point. 36 in East Hampton, 43 in Islip, and 47 degrees for you in Central Park, which is running about 5 to 10 degrees warmer now than it was 24 hours ago on average, probably right around 8 degrees warmer. Winds are coming in from the south and southwest at around around 3 to 8 miles per hour. As the day goes on, clouds stay kind of on the mostly cloudy sky, maybe a peak of sun here and there, but for the most part, it's a cloudy day. High temp gets up to 54. Then it thickens even more so tonight to the point to where here comes the showers closing in on us as we get toward midnight. And from that point forward, for about a 6 to maybe 9 hour stretch, we got some rain coming through, which may actually get to be pretty heavy at times as we head into daybreak. But then after that, the dry air starts working its way in, and that'll clear the clouds and the showers out for the second half of your Saturday. So it's not a complete weekend washout. It's just going into it that it is a little bit sloppy. Sunday morning, we wake up pretty chilly with lows dropping down into the 20s and 30s, and then we take it back up into the, looks like upper 40s for highs on Sunday. As far as rain totals coming out of this thing by tomorrow morning, we're looking about a 1/10 to a 1/4 of an inch of rain is what most of the models want to kick out. But if you are far up in the northwestern counties, you're probably only going to see maybe a few 1/100ths of an inch of rain because you're a little far away from the area of low pressure, which is driving this all. High temp today, 54 degrees. It's mostly about the clouds today. No rain till tonight. Low drops down to 46 for you at that time. Then it's morning showers for you on Saturday. Then out of here for the second half of Saturday. Sunday, Monday look pretty good. But Tuesday and Wednesday, the wind and rain are making a comeback. But at least it's warm at that time. All right, let's bring you over to Inez and get another update on our commute issues. Good morning.
Good morning, Mike. Well, over on the Cross Bronx, things are moving again. A little slow, but they are moving. They reopened the right lane northbound on Jerome Avenue. It's been closed since 4:30 this morning there because of this accident. So still going on with activity, but you have the right lane blocked. Still avoid that this morning because it's still going to be a mess getting there. The George Washington Bridge, that's still not moving yet. They just reopened that right lane. So if you're heading towards the GWB, it's going to be 2 hours more than that heading towards the upper level. Lower level, it's about an hour inbound. Lincoln Tunnel still has an accident past the Weehawken exit. That's blocking a lane there, so you can see that traffic jam on 495. That's about 45 to 50 and building with delays spilling onto Route 3 and the Turnpike. Holland Tunnel about 20 to 25. The LIE over by the Grand Central, usual delays eastbound, westbound. The Gowanus also business as usual. Traffic inching along there from the Belt Merge heading towards the BQE. Rails are looking good. Everything running on or close to schedule. Curt, Rosanna, back to you.
Very nice. Thanks so much, Inez. Entertainment news is next. A popular media franchise is getting the live action treatment.
And also coming up here on Good Day, K-pop's newest sensation, At Heart, stops by the studio to sing a track off their new EP. It's called Plot Twist, and you can hear it first right here in the 9 o'clock hour of Good Day New York.
Secure.
Ryan is back again with more entertainment.
What
do you got for us this time?
Well, let's all raise our hand if we're a fan of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I haven't followed them in a while.
I wasn't sure, but now you can follow them yet again. And I like how Rosanna's like, sort of, kind of.
It comes in waves.
Right. Well, they were trained by a rat, so just got to put that out there. They got those New York ties. But it looks like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles could be turned into a live-action film franchise yet again. Cowabunga! Now, according to The Hollywood Reporter, Fast and Furious producer Neil H. Moritz is going to, actually is in talks already to restart Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as a franchise, but this time a live-action film. Now, the Totally Tubular Turtles, they've already had a line of live-action movies, first back in the 1990s, the early 90s, in fact, and then Out of the Shadows, that sort of bombed at the box office back in 2016. Now, it went back to animation after that, with the Mutant Mayhem releasing in 2023 to critical acclaim, and then the sequel to that film is currently set to come out in September of 2027. However, further details of the upcoming live-action remake are not clear as of yet, but we'll certainly keep you updated. Our favorite Turtles here in the city. But now, The Weeknd, his After Hours Till Dawn tour has now surpassed the $1 billion mark. Now, let's keep in mind that Taylor Swift's Eras Tour, that hit $2 billion. So this makes history as the highest-selling tour by a male solo artist ever. Of course, T. Swift holds the all-time record, as I mentioned, with $2 billion, but it comes after sales figures from the upcoming tour's 40-plus 2026 dates in Mexico, Brazil, Europe, and the UK. Now, the tour began back in 2022. So he's been on tour for a minute. It's been a few years all sort of put together, and since it's made its way through North America twice, as well as Latin America, Australia, Europe, and the UK, 53 shows in total. The next leg of the tour kicks off April 20th in Mexico City. And also this morning, we're getting our very first look at Charli XCX. Yeah, the pop star. She's got a brand new movie out, this one called The Moment, and it's sort of a play on her own career. Check it out.
Run it from the top. Is it kind of painful?
All right, so the scripted film is based on an original idea from the singer, Charli XCX herself, where Charli appears to play a version of herself. Now, The Moment centers around a pop star dealing with the demands of stardom ahead of her first arena tour. Other than that, not much is known about the plot, but the mockumentary is scripted. It'll feature real-life footage from her Brat tour. In a recent Vanity Fair interview, the Grammy winner said that The Moment is actually fiction, calling it a 2024 period piece. I didn't know we were waiting on that, but I guess we're getting it. Now, judge for yourself when the movie hits theaters on January 30th. But back here in our area, let's talk about Jersey, shall we? The Garden State today, several new members will be inducted into the New Jersey Hall of Fame. This is a big deal. Among this year's inductees will be the Joe Bros from Wyckoff, New Jersey. Also, the legendary Isley brothers, Olympic gold medalist and world record holder for the 400-meter hurdle. We're talking about Sidney McLaughlin-Levrone and former New Jersey Devils goalie and legend and Stanley Cup winner Martin Brodeur. Martin Brodeur. Thank you, Mr. Sportsman. And also New Jersey native Hall of Fame member since 2010. That guy right there, Danny DeVito. He's going to host the induction ceremony at American Dream. It's all going down at 7:30 tonight. We'll be there on the red carpet chatting with some of these stars and even maybe Martin Brodeur, Kurt. So stay tuned for that on Monday
I saw
morning.
Danny DeVito had a birthday. I think it was just last week or so. He is. Have you ever been around him?
This will be the first time
he's
tonight.
He's so much fun.
Is he?
He's a great storyteller. He's a fun guy to be around. I'm sure as host of this thing, it'll be a riot tonight.
I'm sure he'll be the best MC, so can't wait for that. And congratulations to all the inductees.
Exactly.
The Isley brothers, true legends of New Jersey.
100%.
Thanks, Ryan.
You're welcome, guys.
All right, we got to get ready for the 9 o'clock hour of Good Day New York. Gia Giudice. All right, it's a spoiler alert. That's all I'm going to say. But she may or may not have been crowned the season winner.
It already aired, and she's here.
Okay.
She was spoiled.
All right. She's in Special Forces, world's toughest test, and she is a tough chick.
We're going to talk about the new off-Broadway show, Art of Leaving, with star Audrey Hepburn-Meyer, along with her husband, Danny Meyer. And if you're celebrating Friendsgiving, we got some gift ideas for you.
From Fox 5 New York, this is Good Day New York.
Okay, let's see what it looks like outside. Is it my eyes or does it seem blurry?
It's getting blurrier and blurrier.
All right, but at least it's dry. It's dry. We're keeping an eye on the skies. There may be some rain overnight, but the temps are mild, like 53.
50s. Yeah. Yep,
Mike Woods has
50.
more details coming up.
All right, it is the meeting that New Yorkers have been waiting for. Mayor-elect Zohran Mamdani heading to Washington to meet with President Donald Trump this afternoon. We'll tell you what we can expect.
There was an explosion at a parking garage in Midtown. It caused, it was caused by a possible generator malfunction. 2 people walking by were injured pretty seriously. We're learning more about this morning.
She's one of the stars who managed to pass the world's toughest test. Reality star Gia Giudice is here after being crowned one of the 2 winners of Fox's Special Forces last night.
And are you gathering with friends ahead of Thanksgiving, whether at home or a big event? We've got you covered on Friendsgiving gifts to help you shine in the group. Paul Zahn is here, so he'll have some fun things, and Danny Meyer and his wife Audrey. I've never met his wife. You know, Danny I've met because we've done so many things with his epic restaurants over the years, but Audrey's in an off-Broadway show.
Union Square Cafe kind of got it all started, but I mean, if you've ever been to Shake Shack.
I was about Shake Shack, yes.
That's the reason.
That was a game changer, too.
It really was. We'll talk with them a little bit later on, but right now, at 9:01, we want to talk to Mike Woods. And Mike, no, let's talk about this. I'm sorry. We'll talk to Mike in a little bit later.
Let's talk a little news.
Okay.
Because everybody in New York City is wondering how this is going to go down. In just a matter of hours, New York City's mayor-elect Zohran Mamdani set to meet with the president in D.C. in the Oval Office.
Okay, we've heard the rhetoric going back and forth between these two since before the campaign started, Briella Tomasetti, after the campaign and the election ended, but now they're going to sit down face to face. What do we know? What time is this thing, first of all?
Yeah, so this is at 3 o'clock, Curt and Rosanna. We spoke to Morgan, at least you guys did a little bit earlier. She gave us kind of a little bit of a glimpse into what's happening here. So Zohran Mamdani not getting there until noon. He also spoke with some Democratic leaders ahead of the meeting. They gave him advice as to what to do or say when he gets into the Oval Office. And then afterward, reporters will be waiting for Mamdani on the White House lawn. So again, this is closed press, rather. It appears we may not see reporters inside the Oval Office. A little bit of confusion when it comes to that, like we have during previous high-profile sit-downs with the president. Both elected leaders hail from Queens, and they won on campaigns about bringing down the cost of living. But that is about all they have in common. So it will be quite interesting, to say the least, to see how this interaction actually goes down. It's customary, of course, for the incoming mayor of New York to meet with the sitting president. Mamdani has said the focus of the high-stakes meeting revolves around affordability, economic security, and public safety. He also mentioned that while he and Trump may disagree on many issues, he wants to have a working relationship with the president to help bring down the cost of living. Mamdani told reporters yesterday at City Hall Park he is not intimidated.
I view this meeting as an opportunity for me to make my case, and I'll make that case to anyone, frankly. I intend to make it clear to President Trump that I will work with him on any agenda that benefits New Yorkers. If an agenda hurts New Yorkers, I will also be the first to say so.
Trump has not commented on today's sit-down other than posting about it Wednesday night on Truth Social, writing that the, quote, communist mayor asked for a meeting, which he has agreed to. Mamdani says he's not a communist, he's a democratic socialist. When asked about the meeting, White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt had this to say, once again labeling Mamdani a communist.
It speaks volumes that tomorrow we have a communist coming to the White House, because that's who the Democrat Party elected as the mayor of the largest city in the country. I think it's very telling, but I also think it speaks to the fact that President Trump is willing to meet with anyone and talk to anyone.
Yeah, and keep this in mind, both leaders have something to gain from this meeting. Mamdani wants to secure federal funding, which Trump had threatened to pull should Mamdani be elected, and administration officials say that is not off the table. President Trump wants more cooperation when it comes to immigration enforcement. The mayor-elect said earlier this week that he's committed to protecting the rights and dignity of every New Yorker and upholding sanctuary laws. Our Morgan Mackay is, of course, in Washington this morning. She's going to have a full report on the historic meeting set to take place again at 3 o'clock this afternoon.
And we think right now that it's not going to be open to the press.
At the end of the day, though, Trump sometimes, or his people, they let a couple of reporters in with the pool cameras.
And we'll find out whether or not that happens, as you said, scheduled for 3 o'clock. Either way, afterwards, according to Morgan, the Mamdani campaign says they will have a press conference. And we'll hear their side, and certainly I'm sure we'll hear the president's side as well as to what happened behind closed doors.
Yeah, exactly. After that, though, we don't know what Mamdani's schedule is going to be. His transition team hasn't really made it clear. Is he going to stay and speak to members of Congress? I mean, you're down there. You might as well take advantage.
Exactly. All right, but listen, we got you covered.
Yep.
Morgan McKay is there in D.C. And, of course, we have the Fox Local app, which is streaming all day. So we'll have, you know, lots of information going on.
You can find it wherever you need it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, Mike Woods, you also do that streaming thing.
I do. We got weather events that go on and things of that sort. And, of course, we have the holiday coming up. The weekend is here. Everybody wants to know what's going on with the weather. And we've had some changes here. Now, this doesn't look so great. We've got a gray sky. The sun's trying to fight to get through, but it really is going to be a battle. Looks like I think the clouds are going to win out for the majority of the day here today. But we will eventually have to deal with some rain. But right now, that is not the case. Lots of clouds. Yes, it's mainly middle and high level cloudiness, but nothing that produces the rain. And that probably won't be happening until we get closer to midnight. Your temps look like this, though. We're still taking it up, even though the sun's not out there to do its thing. It's the south wind that is helping you out. 48s for you in Newark as well as in Central Park, and then 38 degrees for you in Poughkeepsie. Our temperatures are warmer for everyone right now, everyone except for East Hampton. But yeah, most of us are running around 7 to 8 degrees warmer now than it was at the same time yesterday. So you feel the difference as soon as you step out the door. Even though you don't have the sun, it's that wind coming in from the south and southwest. Right now, a little more pronounced out of the southwest at 3 to 8 miles per hour. Let's take you forward and show you what's happening here as we expand out the radar satellite. High pressure's moving offshore, so that gives us that south and southwest wind. Here comes the cold front that will be slicing through the northeast and into the tri-state region by later this evening and into tonight. And then the next area of low pressure comes through. Now, as it makes the move to the south, almost exactly like the last one that came through a few days ago, this one will kick the showers up as we head toward midnight and into the early part of the morning for you tomorrow. We got some light to moderate rainfall with some pockets of heavier rain, which could lead to some localized ponding on some of the roadways out there. But it's out of here by about mid to late morning. Then the rest of your Saturday and into Sunday look pretty good with a lot more sunshine trying to build back in at that time. But your temps will be coming back down a bit from what we have today. Your high today, it's actually an above normal temp. High of 54. It's a cloudy sky during the day, but the rain comes through tonight. Low drops down to 46 by tomorrow morning. It's trying to get out of here. It may take a little time for it to do so. Be patient with it. But it looks like Sunday and Monday are dry days. Tuesday and Wednesday, those are travel days. Look out for that potential to be a little slow because of the wet weather. Let's get over to Inez, who's been very busy with the commute this morning. Hello.
Hey there, Mike. Yeah, it's been a tough one. Street cleaning rules are in effect. It's the Cross Bronx this morning that's been a mess. We have video from an accident that happened a little after 4:30 this morning. This is the scene, and you can see the car involved there completely wrecked. No word on injuries, but it could possibly be serious injuries involved. The tractor trailer also jackknifed with the fuel spill, spilling diesel onto the roadways, about 100 gallons, I heard. So this is going to be it's been a big mess this whole morning long there. You could see the traffic jam. It's still nighttime. Let's go to our cameras here. Traffic is moving again. The right lane, they reopened that, but I would still avoid the Cross Bronx for now eastbound because the George Washington Bridge, it's over 2 hours heading towards the upper level. Lower level, it's an hour delay. Now, if you need to use the Lincoln Tunnel, there's an accident past the Weehawken Hoboken exit, slowing things down on 495 combined with alternate traffic. So that's putting you at about a 45 to 50-minute delay inbound. Could possibly be an hour coming off of Route 3 and the Turnpike. Other problems this morning. Route 80 eastbound after exit 30. Serious accident early this morning. 2 lanes remain closed. An investigation is going on. So eastbound traffic jammed up there. The LIE over on Long Island. We have an accident westbound after exit 53. This one just happened. HOV lanes and the left lane is blocked. With the rails, things look good, running on or close. Curt and Rosanna, back to you.
All right, thanks, Inez. We've been following this story because it was just a crazy scene in Midtown. That's where a generator explosion at a parking garage sent debris flying everywhere.
And 2 people walking by were injured, one in serious condition. Jessica Formoso there right now. What are you hearing?
Good morning, Rosanna and Curt. I mean, this was a freak accident. The women walking on this side of the sidewalk while across the street in that parking garage in the basement, an explosion. Officials telling us it was a generator that exploded and the vent flew off, hitting the women. Now, you can see there, that is a hole which appears to be the spot where the cover once was. Now, according to the FDNY, the explosion happened just after 9 p.m. inside this parking garage on East 50. 53rd Street between Lexington and 3rd Avenues. Officials say this was a generator malfunction. They believe the back puff on the basement diesel generator may have ignited in the vent pipe, now causing the exhaust vent cover to fly off, launching pieces of metal across the street, injuring these two women. We spoke with a witness who describes what he saw.
While I was sitting in the car, I hear the boom. So when I look up, I see the black smoke coming out from across the street, and like that cover from that building came across like a bullet, and it hit the girls that they were walking by.
Just terrifying. Now, no structural damage to the building, but as for the victims, one was transported to the hospital in stable condition, the other one in critical. We're now told that she's in critical but stable, but still terrifying moments. And to think that this could have been any of us just walking down the street when this explosion happened. Terrifying. Curt and Rosanna?
It truly is. Just any moment, anywhere. Thank you very much, Jessica. All right, Wicked for Good opens today in theaters, but one of its stars, Ariana Grande, she's not going to watch it anywhere in public.
All right, that's because Ariana says that she tested positive for COVID. And as you probably know, if you've been following this whole Wicked phenom, she plays Glinda, the Good Witch. She shared a picture of herself from her appearance on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, along with a message confirming her COVID diagnosis. The news comes days after the singer skipped interviews while on a promotion tour during the New York premiere of her film, after her co-star Cynthia Erivo lost her voice. So what does COVID mean these days? I mean, people
Well, it depends on your health.
Right, it depends on your health, but sometimes it's just a cold. So let's see exactly what it means. It's not what it meant in 2020.
Correct.
Anyway, we wish her a speedy recovery. U.S. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy.
Yes. You had to be here earlier.
Yes. See, if you didn't watch earlier, you don't know
something.
the inside joke.
There you go.
Anyway, Sean Duffy is launching a new civility campaign. And can you believe we've come to this point where we have to remind people to behave when they travel?
Flying was a bastion of civility, but today,
Well, this is video from the DOT highlighting bad behavior on airlines and reminding people, don't forget your manners.
Manners don't stop at the gate. Things aren't what they used to be. Some would call it the golden age of travel. Let's bring civility and manners back. Ask yourself, are you helping a pregnant woman put her bag in the overhead bin? Are you saying thank you to your flight attendants and your pilots?
Well, according to the DOT, the FAA has seen a 400% increase in in-flight outbursts since 2019, and that ranges from disruptive behavior to outright violence. And it's not just on the airlines. People just are less civil overall over this last couple of years, but they're reminding you, don't let the stress of the holidays get you into trouble.
Right.
Or
Take
mess
a deep
with
breath.
other people.
Take
Exactly.
a deep breath.
All right.
All right. Meanwhile, fans of the New York Liberty can do their holiday shopping at Barclays today.
The Liberty's holiday shop is going to be open from 5 to 7 p.m. for season ticket holders. If you're not a season ticket holder, you can still get in between 7 and 9 p.m. There will be a lot to choose from, including holiday sweaters, hats, ornaments, and Ellie the Elephant plushies. Ellie the Elephant will be there. Besides shopping, there'll also be a prize wheel, a DJ, and a whole lot more as you celebrate the Liberty during this holiday season.
Very festive. Okay, they're hot, coming up. Forget the sleigh rides. There's a brand new supersized Christmas attraction. It's debuting in Manhattan.
Crystal Young is live, buckling up with a preview.
Yes. Good morning. So we have horses, we have zebras, and we have giraffes. Oh my, it's all part of the double-decker Christmas carousel in Greeley Square. And it is so much fun, and it doesn't matter if you're a kid or you're an adult, it will make you smile, and you can get in on all the action. I'll have the story of the Christmas carousel in Midtown coming up. Stick with us. Good Day's coming right back.
talking about it this morning. It sounds very exciting. The city's only double-decker Christmas carousel opening today in the heart of Midtown.
Yeah, the Christmas carousel actually debuts on 33rd Street and Broadway in less than an hour, officially at 10 o'clock. Well, Crystal Young has been giving us a little peek at it all morning long from Greeley Square. What do we see now, Crystal?
So now I am on the steps of the carousel. As you mentioned, it's double-decker, so you have a whole first layer with fabulous animals, but there's a second layer that I am coming up to, and the details of this carousel are so beautiful. Earlier, I was riding the elephant. I said they're my faves, but it's a really, really cool perch. But also on here, you have dinosaurs, and you have deer, and you have just all kinds of wild kingdom animals. And they're fun, and it doesn't matter what age you are because people are coming, they're stopping, they're looking, they're like, what's going on? That's New York City for you. All right, I'm sliding over to Kelly Collins. She is part of the 34th Street Partnership, and you guys helped bring this to Greeley Square, and it's such like a jaw-dropping, wait, what is that? Don't look now, but there's a double-decker carousel behind you. It's cool.
No, it's so cool. We, at the 34th Street Partnership, part of our mission is to activate all the amazing public spaces we have in the district. And we felt like this, nostalgic, beautiful ride could be a great addition to all the amazing holiday activities in Midtown.
Got you. So now when it kicks off at 10 o'clock, how do people make sure that they can get a ride, and how much is it?
So you can go on our website, 34thstreet.org, or you can just come here in person. Tickets are $7. We're open from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
Okay. Now, Rosanna, you asked earlier, how many minutes does it go around? So the answer is 3?
About 3 minutes or so. It's not that long.
Okay, all right.
So if she's worried, I'm sure she can sit on a bench or something else, too.
You know what? That's why we're sitting on this bench, because I wanted to highlight that even if someone came up and said, okay, wait a minute, I don't know about swinging my leg over one of these animals, you can just take the bench, and the bench is actually a great little perch for you to take photos, right?
Absolutely. We have such amazing views here. You can literally see almost all the way to Times Square. So this is an amazing view up here.
I love it. Now, earlier, I talked to older ones and younger ones about this carousel. Take a listen to what they said.
Oh, it's wonderful. I like all these beautiful things they do in the city for everybody who work, and after work you can come and enjoy a little bit of the Christmas, decor, and you feel the festivities now, so it's wonderful, and I'm very happy to work in New York and then come and enjoy this.
Have you ever seen a double-decker carousel?
I have not.
Okay.
This is the first of a kind in the city. It's beautiful.
But you never know, right? You never know in NYC.
Never know.
Do you like the carousel?
Yeah.
Okay, so there you have it. It's unanimous. I got we don't like the carousel. Everyone's like, this is cool. So 10 a.m., it all opens, and it runs until January 6th. So you have a minute to get to it. Make it part of your Christmas in New York City celebration. It's fun to hang out on a carousel in the morning. All right, I'm going to toss it back inside to both of you, Curt and Rosanna. This is a fan favorite, I have to say. I've been hitting up all the fan favorites. The elephant, the gorilla, I hear everyone loves them. But if you come down, you'll get to say which one is your favorite, too.
Exactly. Get to choose your own favorite and ride it for
I want the
a
one
good
that
3 minutes.
Crystal's on.
There you
Okay. Thanks, Crystal.
It's good. It's good.
Okay. We got to get ready because one of my favorite restaurateurs is here, and he's brought his very successful wife with him as well.
We'll talk with New York power couple Danny Meyer about Union Square's 40th anniversary, and Audrey Heffernan-Meyer about her brand new off-Broadway comedy, The Art of Leaving.
Yay.
For something to hold.
Our next two guests are truly a New York power couple. You know Danny Meyer as the restaurateur behind Union Square Cafe and Shake Shack. So many great restaurants in our area.
And his wife, Audrey Heffernan Meyer, was a force behind Condé Nast's Gourmet magazine for 10 years. She went on to a successful acting career following that. Now she's starring in the new off-Broadway comedy Art of Leaving. Danny and Audrey both join us here on the Good Day Couch. Good to meet you both.
Thank you. Thank you, Rosanna. Thank you, Kurt.
All right, let's start with you, Audrey. In this play, The Art of Leaving, it's about a woman who gets left, right?
Oh, no.
Okay.
We're giving it away. We're giving it away now.
She's like, no, take that back.
Spoiler
Okay,
alert.
all right.
Actually, she's married to a narcissistic person who's obsessed with his new self-help guru. He wants a divorce. And, you know, she puts up with it for a long time because he's not very nice to her. But at the end, she says, I've had enough, and she leaves. So
so she's
finds
leaving
the
him.
Yes, so that's the way she leaves. And she's also, you know, Art of Leaving. She's also a... she works at the Met as an assistant curator, so and art factors in a lot to the play as well. But his way of leaving is in the first scene, he asks me for a divorce, so really abruptly, whereas mine takes a little longer.
But this covers multiple generations as well, right, throughout
Yes.
the play?
Yeah, it's a multi-generational comedy. There are 6 characters, so there's the in-laws, there's me and my husband, and then there's our son and his fiance. And they're very interested in trying, you know, love options, which they're calling it polyamory and things like that.
Now you got my attention, Audrey.
Yes, we've had a real education, us people, the more mature people in the cast, the 4 of us. But yeah, and everybody has their different opinions and their different relationships and ways of, you know, managing relationships and marriage.
This sounds fun, Danny. So
I'm just glad she leaves work. She leaves work at work,
right?
With all this kind of.
So when you went to see Audrey in the play, were you okay with some of the scenes? It sounds like it gets a little risque.
Yeah, I mean, he's a lucky guy that he gets to kiss her. That's all I can say.
You're a sweetheart.
How long have you two been married?
38 years.
God bless. That's beautiful.
Yes, but we met in 1984, and we were working at a restaurant together.
Do you remember Pesca, the seafood restaurant?
Pesca, yes.
That's where we met.
That is
22nd.
amazing.
I lived across the street with 2 actresses that I went to college with, you know, pursuing our acting careers, and we were all waiting on tables. So I was working at this restaurant, and then he came on board to work with the owner to learn how to run a restaurant.
Wow.
So we overlapped, and then I was leaving to go do a show for 10 weeks. So we didn't really get to start dating till I came back from doing that show.
But Broadway's or stage plays have always been a part of your relationship, right? Your first date?
Yes, exactly. So when we finally went on that first date, he knew the way to my heart, and he said, let's see a Broadway show. Let's go to the Algonquin first for a drink.
Oh, romance.
Then we went to go see Noises Off on Broadway, and then we had dinner at the Odeon, and then we had our first kiss at the Odeon.
That's right.
And then we went to Le Zinc after that for a drink.
That's right.
It was a long night.
Yeah, and I think, was it Texarkana too,
Yeah.
or one of those?
That was about 2 in the morning.
Yes, and then when we got to my apartment, he said, you know, he didn't. Well, we already kissed.
Yeah.
But he said, "Could I come up and listen to one of your tapes from Guys and Dolls?" And
Stop it!
Right.
Come on, Danny.
I just want to listen to the tape. That's all.
That's all I want.
Yeah, I don't have a tape player that you could give it to me and I could leave and bring it back tomorrow.
He needs to give a class. He needs to give a class on how to romance a lady.
in those days, that's all there was. Or a little cassette tape.
41 years later, it's worked out.
Exactly.
But so
Well, I would say that our marriage is the art of staying.
Oh,
yes,
that is the best, and I know you're a big supporter. So, how many shows a week are you doing now?
So we're
Audrey?
doing 8 shows a week, Tuesdays through Sundays. We've got a very heavy schedule through the holidays. Well, through Thanksgiving. We close on December 14th, so we've got 3.5 more weeks for people to see the show, and we hope people will come. It's
and
a lot
the
of
ticket
fun.
prices. What are the ticket prices?
Well,
like?
there's everything from like $29
Oh, that's great.
up into premium seats, which are, I believe, around $125.
And we should say it's at the Alice Griffin Jewel Box Theater in Pershing Square Signature Center.
Yes, it's at the Signature Center. So,
yeah, which is easy to get to.
Yeah, on 42nd and 10th. So,
Danny, how many times have you seen the show?
3, and I'm going to go see it again.
Yes,
Oh,
one
that's
more
nice.
time before closing. Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So,
does it get you nervous when he's in the audience?
It used to, not anymore. No, I'm kind of used to it.
Do you even know when he's there, or you sneak in?
And I never sneak in.
Okay.
No,
I never sneak in. And nor do I sit in the front row.
Yeah, no, don't sit in the front row because the actors can kind of see you out of their periphery and it can be distracting. But yeah, so we're doing great, and we actually had the opening night party at The View, which is one of their new restaurants.
I forgot that your restaurant right in the Times Square.
Right in Times Square, and I like how you're doing this because it revolves as you're
Not
dining.
that Danny's crazy or I'm crazy. It's got a revolving restaurant,
That's
right?
right.
Yes.
That's right.
But meanwhile, your restaurants, how many restaurants do you have now?
I think we have about 7.
And then
in New York City.
Right,
I'm talking
and
about.
Shake Shack.
Shake Shack, there's a lot around the world.
Yeah, that's a game changer.
Yeah.
Yeah. 40 years.
Yep.
That you've been owning restaurants.
40 years.
Yeah.
Union Square Cafe just celebrated.
Wow.
Yes. Yes.
And then you just made a big announcement this week, or?
Yeah, we did. We announced that we finally found a space for Maialino, which is our Roman
Which is
trattoria.
coming back.
We're so excited about
Yes.
it. Yeah, sadly not till 2027. It's going to take a little while to
It gives
build
us
it.
something to look forward to.
Boy, oh boy, does it ever.
That's right.
Yeah,
I'm just going to skip over 2026.
We'll be very, very hungry by that time, Tanny.
Exactly.
In the meantime, we're going to go and support Audrey.
Thank you.
For the next few weeks.
Yes.
Because,
So December 14th.
Yeah.
December 14th. So we have 3 full weeks, and we have this weekend too. So tickets are available like Today Tix and TDF and all of those usual sites. Yeah. So please come see it.
So nice to see you both
Yes,
of you
nice to meet you.
together.
Thank you.
both.
Love
Thank
that.
you. This was fun.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, when we come back here on Good Day, you know what? Last night was the season finale of Fox's intense competition show, Special Forces World's Toughest Test.
And let me tell you, she's a real tough you-know-what. We are joined by one of the show's winners, Tri-State royalty, Gia Giudice. When we come right back.
Take my breath and make it last forever.
Congratulations. You have both successfully passed this course. Get up here.
Wow.
Well, last night saw the winners crowned in the season 4 finale of Special Forces Roles Toughest Test. One of those winners is New Jersey's own Giudice.
Giudice. We watched her grow up. She was just a little baby on that show, The Real Housewives of Jersey. But now she's really proving herself in real U.S. Marine challenges. And she won. Well, she's co-winner.
With Sean Johnson East. Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
I'm just wondering, like, was it easier to kind of focus on yourself and winning this when Mama Teresa dropped out?
I think I didn't want to believe it at first because I loved having her there with me. She was like my rock. But you don't realize how much like stress and energy you're actually exerting when your loved one is on this course with you and you're worrying about them. So then when she did leave, I was able to kind of tune into myself a little more and really just focus on me.
I have to tell you, you really put up with a lot of stuff.
Oh, a lot of
I mean,
stuff.
one of them, like, right in your face telling you to shut the up?
Oh, yeah. That was like, I feel like they showed you guys the lighter stuff.
Really? There was more there was heavier stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Give us an example.
Well, that day when me and Foxy got into a little tiff, and he was the person I felt like I had to prove myself to because I thought he did not like me. But that day after that, they made us run suicides, holding the Bergens on our backs. I'm crying, like thinking that I'm gonna tap out, but they punish you. And it was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, but it was also the best thing I've ever done in my life.
Why?
It just taught me so much about myself. It also just gave me such a greater appreciation for our people of duty and just the U.S. military as a whole. Without those DS, I don't think I would have made it to the end. As much as people think that they're mean when they're screaming in your face and everything, it really is just their way of motivating you. And if they weren't screaming in my face, I don't think I would have made it as long as I did. So they were truly incredible, and I wouldn't have been able to do it without them.
You mentioned the screaming. We've got an example of it right here.
The rope is on my helmet.
Out of the shouting! You shut up! I don't care where it is! Grease through it! You are 30 seconds, move! Losing your for no reason. I had a mouthful of rope, but I don't remember gobbing off to you lot about it. Keep moving! Get over it now.
I'm over it.
Shut the up! I'm over you.
Ooh. Okay, forget the yelling. Yeah. How are you focusing on not falling?
Yeah, he wasn't happy with me in that moment. No. The rope kind of got caught on the GoPro, so it was pulling down over my eyes, and I was freaking out because we were 300 feet up. Like, there was, if you fall, yes, of course, there's safety precautions, but you think that your life's over.
Yeah.
So he was telling me to stay focused, but I was also losing it a little bit because I wanted to at least have see in front of me and see what was in front of me, because that was helping me stay balanced, to at least have a spot on the rock or something. So when I lost control a little bit there, and that's what they also were teaching you throughout the course, is to always stay in control, because when you're actually, on a mission and you're trying to, and that was kind of something that they do, where they're trying to sneak from place to place and be quiet. So the fact that I was screaming, I blew the cover.
But it teaches you how to bounce back when you lose control as well, because things happen sometimes, but you have to recover from it. One last question for me about Special Forces, because I know she's got a lot of questions about your family she wants to ask. How tough was it? This show obviously was recorded.
Yes.
For you to keep the secret, because you couldn't let anybody know until it came out last night.
I know. I did tell some friends and family because I was obviously just so excited. But I wanted to tell everybody so badly, and I always kept saying it in my interviews and even on my podcast, Casual Chaos, that this was a show that I was so proud of. And I was so proud of it because I really proved it to myself. I overcame so many fears, and this was just such an incredible experience. So this was the best thing I've ever done.
Well, I have to tell you, you've grown up in front of our very eyes with Real Housewives of New Jersey, Next Gen, that show. But I think what's everybody's really happy to see is that your family is back together. Yeah. Tell us about how that came together, Mama Teresa making up with Brother Joey.
Yeah, so my mom reached out.
And this was from this weekend, right?
This was at BravoCon, yeah.
So
it was beautiful. My mom reached out to my uncle, I want to say like a month and a half ago. So this has been going on for quite some time. It's not just like it happened at BravoCon and everything was good. But yeah, they met and the conversation went amazing. And then like a week or so later, my uncle, mom, Louie, and my Zia Melissa all met up together. And then they came over for dinner before I moved out. My uncle was at my Special Forces watch party last night. And, you know, you want to take baby steps, but it just feels so good to be back together and just kind of, you know, realize that life is too short and to really let go of the past and realize what's important. We've already lost so many years over just, you know, nonsense, and this is just, you know, this is not what family is.
Who's doing Thanksgiving?
I don't know.
Well, it's just in time to get back together to have normal family fights for Thanksgiving.
Yes,
you know?
I think those are the baby steps that we're taking. You know, we haven't just dinners and just making more of an effort to see each other and rebuilding the relationship. So everything's going to take time, but we all feel really good. We're all really happy.
Well, congratulations on the family reuniting and also on winning Special Forces, sharing in the victory with Sean. Congratulations on all that, and thanks for coming in again.
Thank you so much.
Great to see you. All right, coming up, the perfect holiday host gifts for your entertaining.
Entertaining expert Paul Zahn will join us with some creative and affordable ideas. Hello, Paul. Get you ready for Friendsgiving after this.
I'm running through the world like a running back. Scarface world's mine running back. 30,000.
The The holiday season is officially here, and you know when you're invited to somebody's house, what are you going to bring? We have some ideas.
You have to bring something, right? Entertaining expert Paul Zahn has some creative DIY holiday host gifts that maybe you want to think about doing. Always good to see you.
Good to see you.
You know, one of the things we talked about earlier this week, Thanksgiving's probably my favorite holiday.
Okay.
Because there's not a whole lot of pressure, but you do have to participate a little bit when you get invited to someone's house. And it's not just about family.
No.
A lot of times it's getting together with friends.
Exactly. So I have some great gift ideas for all the holiday occasions. So starting off with a customized cheese board and some wine right here. So this cheese board you can get customized and shipped with somebody's name on it, like Rosanna. You can go to Etsy or Amazon to pick that up. And then Josh Sellers has some wonderful award-winning wines that are accessibly priced. You know, 12 varietals. They have something for the red lover with the Cabernet Sauvignon, for the white lover, Sauvignon Blanc.
Look at that
and you
label.
can customize it, which is super cool. If you go to joshsellers.com, you can upload a photo, you can put a little message on there, and you can either send that as a thank you or bring it as a host gift to a holiday party.
That is
just
cool.
that little personal touch is going to really make your host feel special because they're hosting you and everything. Okay, so next up, what I like to do is lean into some of the top trends from the year with my holiday gifts. So we couldn't escape the Dubai chocolate situation this year. So why not put together a fun little kit right here, a nice holiday box with all the items for that person that loves their sweets. So we have some Dubai chocolate cones. We have a candle in there too. That's a Dubai chocolate candle. We have some pistachios covered in chocolate, and we have some Mozart dark chocolate liqueur crafted with chocolate from Belgium. Absolutely delicious. Vanilla. You could also put a thing of pistachio ice cream in there so they could have a fun dessert for your holiday party with some of the Mozart chocolate poured over that. Pistachio ice cream. So this is for the person that has that sweet
So you basically just find the ingredients, put them in a green box, and give it to them. Yeah,
exactly. Super easy.
Genius. Why didn't I think of that, Paul?
Next up, we have a fun kit right here for the person that loves a bourbon and coffee. So this is Bib and Tucker's Provisions Parcel. So this you can actually ship. You go to reservebar.com, send it to someone. It has some coffee in there. There's some nice leather coasters. There's some nice new rocks glasses. And there's a bottle of Bib and Tucker's award-winning bourbon. It's a small batch bourbon that's aged 6 years and finished with coffee beans. So again, this is great for after that holiday party when your guests have left. You can have a cup of coffee or a pour of bourbon by the fire, really keep you warm during the holiday season and everything like that.
What a great idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next up for the baker, we all know during the holidays we have those friends or family that are the amateur bakers. Why don't you just give them a little refresher right here, perfect for them to bake with. And all of these items together are around $55, so you're not going to break the bank.
Right.
We have a fun, festive apron right there. We have a coffee mug with some spatulas in here that say Head Baker. Then we have some fun little Christmas measuring cups. We have some fun little cupcake holders. And, you know, you don't have to break the bank. I said this is $55. TJ Maxx and Marshalls. You put it together, throw it into a bag, throw it into a basket.
Right.
Some of those baskets that you pick up at the stores, they're like $150.
Right.
Just do it yourself, save the money, and spend the money on your own food and drinks, right, guys?
I like your style.
Last but certainly not least, this is our most economic kit right here, coming in around $25. This is our sweet honey bear. You know, I couldn't get those Starbucks honey bears because they sold out, and who has the budget to buy them on eBay for $75? I ordered these from Amazon, so that's, again, leading into the viral trends. We have a little teddy bear, we have some honey tea, and then we have a fun little mug. So this would be great for, like, your grandmother or your mother or something like that, so she can have a nice cup of tea with some honey after the guests leave. Again,
it's just sweet.
Everything like that. It's the sweet honey.
You said it because it's honey? Is that why you said it's sweet?
You're sweet. Oh, honey.
Paul, where can people find you?
People can follow me on Instagram at paulzahn and paulzahn.com.
So you do a lot of entertaining parties and things like that?
I do events and everything like that. I live in LA, and I just did an event with Sutton Strack from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
We hosted an event where we got a cocktail on a list at a venue, and part of the money is going to charity.
Oh,
so it's a cocktail
nice.
for a cause. So I came up with the cocktail, I hosted the event, and I had some cocktails.
Oh, we like that.
I like
I
that.
can tell you're a guy who likes his cocktails.
Yes, I mean,
you're not alone. We all do.
Okay.
Thank you for the gift ideas. Everybody remember Thanksgiving coming up next week. It works throughout the holiday season, and it's all very affordable.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
All right, thank you, Paul Zahn. When we come back, we're turning up the music on this Friday.
K-pop's newest sensation, At Heart, is singing a track off their new EP. It's called Plot Twist when Good Day returns.
slip still and high at the low.
We know we can't change everything you don't like about shopping, but here at Stop & Shop, we're going all out to improve what we can.
Thank you.
We've seen you doing finger math in the store, but no more of that. You deserve a better way to save.
Heck yeah, I do.
With over 10,000 items always on sale, it's time we actually loved grocery shopping.
Justin, when was the last time you went on break?
I'm on break right now. With so many ways to save, good things are in store at
All right, it's Friday, and we have lots of clouds around the tri-state region, but at least we're not dealing with the wet weather yet, but it will be coming through for us later on tonight. For now, it's just the clouds that are thickening around the tri-state region. You can see that general trend on the radar satellite in motion. Still nothing as far as radar returns are concerned. There's some snow in upstate New York and over the Great Lakes, but for us here in the tri-state, it's still dry. Should be that way through not just the morning, but through the evening commute as well. After that, it gets a little risky. Temp-wise, we've got 48 out at Central Park right now. It's a pretty mild temp for you, 42 degrees for you in White Plains, and generally speaking, we are warmer now than it was at the same time yesterday, as much as 7 to 12 degrees warmer for you out in Sussex, so it's a noticeable difference for sure, but we're not looking at a lot of sunshine. It's the wind direction change. When you have a southwest wind, things do tend to warm up a little bit more so, especially since it was so cool earlier in the week. Right now, that wind's moving by at around 3 to 8 miles per hour, so lots of clouds, which tend to thicken going forward through the day. High pressure moves offshore and it pulls up that moisture from the mid-Atlantic regions. And also we have a cold front coming in from the northwest, along with another area of low pressure coming out of the central Mississippi River Valley area. And they are going to work together to thicken those clouds even more. So this evening, there's the showers kicking in as we approach midnight tonight and into tomorrow morning. Probably shortly after sunrise, the showers are starting to shut down and pull away from the tri-state region. And then we'll have the cooler, drier air taking over for later on Saturday and into Sunday. Looks like the second half of the weekend will be the sunnier one, but also cooler at the same time. And it's going to take a little time for the next storm to come together, but it's this one right here in the Futurecast, which only goes out until Monday right now. This will move through the tri-state region Tuesday into Wednesday, bringing in more rain at that time, but it will also be warm at that time as well. And that's the 2 days leading up to the Thanksgiving holiday. So it may affect folks who are hitting the roads or the rails or the airways. So just be aware of that. That's not happening until Tuesday into Wednesday. Today, it's rain that doesn't come through until the nighttime. Not too bad. That's your forecast. Over to you.
K-pop's newest girl group, At Heart, shares real stories, bringing music, emotion, and authenticity to everything they do.
Their debut EP, Plot Twist, is out now and connecting with fans around the world. They're making their American TV debut with us this morning on Good Day. Here is At Heart with the lead single, Plot Twist.
Don't know what you got, don't know what you got till it's gone. Don't know what you got till it's gone. Don't know what you got, gone. Don't know what you got, don't know what you got till it's always in a bad mood. You can't see me up to. There's no going back after the egg. Love might kill, I pick you for all three. Like, how do you do it, baby? You're sick. So many things that I don't like about him, but when he gives me that look, plot twist. So many days with no butterflies buzzing, but when I was all that it took, I guess I might have tripped and fell in love. I guess I might have tripped and fell in love. Another plot twist, I was wrong. Another plot twist, I only want you. I guess I might have tripped and fell in love. I guess I might have tripped and fell in love. Another plot twist, I was wrong. Another plot twist, I only want you. The heart wants what it wants, though. The high highs coming low lows. I can't stand the thought of someone else with a chemistry, being someone you need when it should have been me. Baby, you sold me a dream. Yeah, there's so many things that I don't like about him, but when he gives me that look, plot twist. So many days with no butterflies buzzing, but when I was all that it took, I guess I might have tripped and fell in love. I guess I might have tripped and fell in love. Another plot twist, I was wrong. Another plot twist, I only want you. I guess I might have tripped and fell in love. I guess I might have tripped and fell in love. Another plot twist, I was wrong. Another plot twist, I only want you. So many things that I don't like about him, but when he gives me that look, plot twist. So many days with no butterflies buzzing, but when he gives me that look, plot twist. Don't know what you got till it's gone. Don't know what you got, gone. Don't know what you got, don't know what you got till it's gone.
At Heart.
Amazing. What do you want to say to your fans, your At Heart fans?
Oh my gosh, it's our first time here together in the U.S. promoting our album Plot Twist, and we're so excited to be here today.
Michi, Caitlin,
Yeah.
first time in the U.S., first time in New York, obviously. Have you enjoyed anything special yet? Have you done anything in New York that you always wanted to do? Are you going to?
It's actually, this is my second time in New York.
Okay, you've been here individually and just not with the group.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is it that you want to do?
This is like ice skating rink, like rock.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I love ice skating, so I really want to go there.
Don't get hurt. I broke my wrist when I went there.
Gosh.
Yeah,
Oh my
and you
God.
guys have to sing and dance. So, anyway, let's talk a little bit about that plot twist, the lyrics. Anybody fall in love recently that had a plot twist?
So our song Plot Twist, just like the title, does cover a lot about unexpected emotions and kind of sudden feelings that keep on changing. So I think a lot of people can relate to that, and we hope we can connect with our fans.
Well, you have done it, and thank you for making your American television debut with us here on Good Day.
Yeah, thank you
It's
for
so nice to
having
meet
us.
all of you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations. And the song is great.
Yes, it is. We'll be dancing to it later on. At Heart, everybody. We'll be back with more Good Day after this.
Okay, Monday. Oh, it's going to be so much fun. We're going to get you in the holiday spirit because the world-famous Radio City Rockettes, a lot of them, will be here kicking up their feet on the Good Day stage as they toast their 100th season. And you know, gentlemen, that I like to kick up my feet, too.
Yes, you do.
And you think they're coming here just to do a little dance without me putting my foot in there?
Yeah, and you sure do. Every year
And
you
I'm
stick
gonna
your foot
open up
somewhere.
my-
Yeah,
exactly. All right, well, you know what? Maybe you can convince them to do the Native New Yorker thing for the weekend. I know it's Monday, but
we had a
you
great
never know.
Native New Yorker today.
Yes,
Anyway.
a newborn.
And a newborn. All right. Stay tuned for Sherry next. Jennifer Hudson at 11.
And don't forget to watch the Noon today at noon. It's going to be cloudy, but clear
no
during
rain
the day.
till tonight.
Till late tonight.
Sleep through it.
Go out there and have fun, and then just take an umbrella with you tonight. We'll see you. Have a great weekend.
All right, we just got the countdown. That means we are on live, Newsroom Live. It's about 10:02 on a Friday morning. We appreciate you if you're streaming Good Day New York. They had a lot of good guests on this morning, didn't they? A lot of people who were watching. And of course, the top story in their news block is what's happening down in Washington, D.C. There it is, the White House. And today, New York City Mayor-elect Zoran Mamdani is heading to the White House. He is going to be meeting with President Donald Trump. Comes after months of hostility between these two. The president calling the mayor a communist, even calling him a communist yesterday. Mamdani campaigning on confronting Trump's agenda. So it is, of course, our top story this morning. And we just got a very interesting photo that was posted to Mamdani's X account. We could take a look at that real quick. There he is. He is on the plane, all smiles. No caption here, just a little bit of an icon or an emoji of an airplane there. Some people are wondering, is he flying coach? Is he flying first class? That kind of looks a little bit more coachy to me. I'm sure he'll get asked about that and will be able to weigh in. But this meeting, he's all smiles here, but it's going to be serious business down in Washington, D.C. He actually spoke about it just a little bit yesterday when he was outside of City Hall, had a quick meeting with people in the press, the media, and let's take a listen to what he said about his expectations going into the meeting this morning.
I view this meeting as an opportunity for me to make my case, and I'll make that case to anyone, frankly. I intend to make it clear to President Trump that I will work with him on any agenda that benefits New Yorkers. If an agenda hurts New Yorkers, I will also be the first to say so.
All right, so that was Zoran Mamdani there speaking before his trip down to Washington, D.C. I know, Briella, you've been tracking this all morning. You've basically been following this story all week.
I didn't know I was the political reporter now. Where's Bobby Moe?
Yeah, exactly. Today you are, for sure. And I know that you got the word about this. It was just 2 days ago that this meeting was actually going to happen. Then the meeting kind of comes
Wednesday
through
night,
the
Trump put it
confirmation.
out, what, 8:30 p.m.?
Yes, and then Mamdani kind of put out the word that, okay, here's when I'm going to be heading down to Washington, D.C. So what do we know about this meeting? When's it going to happen? And what do we know going into it?
And it's funny, yesterday when I was reporting on this, we really only knew that it would be happening today. We didn't know morning, afternoon, evening, what was going to go on, when he was going to get there. Morgan McKay, our political correspondent, she is in D.C. And she was on earlier this morning on Good Day New York. She kind of laid out a little bit of what the mayor-elect's schedule is going to look like. So we saw that photo of him on the plane, right? That means he is on his way down.
He's probably there already. Yeah,
and he posted that, listen, all eyes are on the mayor-elect right now. So he wanted people to see this. He might have wanted reporters to ask questions about it even. You know, he's giving us a glimpse into what his day is going to look like, the beaming smile on his face. Now, he is supposed to be in Washington at around noon.
Okay,
Then,
so he'll arrive in about 2 hours.
Right, give or take. I mean, he'll get there. He's got to get to the Oval Office and logistics.
Get into
speaking,
the White House
right,
for sure.
exactly.
And you know, it's interesting. A lot of what we've talked about, and it's been covered exhaustively in the last couple of days, is the differences between these two. How Mamdani ran on many of the things that President Trump has embraced, affordability, all these other kind of things. But one thing that struck me is the setting itself, and kind of what's at stake for both of them. And in a lot of ways, President Trump does have an advantage here if you're looking at it like on a chessboard kind of thing.
And it's home turf. It's his office.
Home turf, his office gets to set the tone, gets to sort of determine where they're going to be, what kind of access the media is going to have. But then also when it comes to the policy issues, federal funding, things along those lines. I mean, the president has a lot of sway here of what can happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Mamdani really can't afford to lose the federal funding, so he has to go in and really try to work this to his advantage. But at the same time, he can't bow down or take a step back because the people that put him into City Hall will be very upset. He said he was going in there and he's not going to stand down to President Trump. He's actually said in his soundbite that we played that he's not going to be intimidated.
Right.
So there's kind of a balance, kind of a teeter-totter balance that we're looking at here when it comes to Mamdani definitely having difficulty going in there and laying out his case, the affordability case, which also puts pressure on President Trump because he also ran on affordability. And this is what the people voted him in for, what they voted Mamdani in for. So now can they play nice and can they find some common ground?
And there may be ways that the president can sort of put Mamdani on his heels a little bit, especially some of the things when it comes to these immigration raids that we know even this week. And within the last week, we had this video out in Queens of this mother who was in her apartment and the ICE agents sort of came in. The NYPD was there but didn't really get involved. So when it comes to these immigration raids, some of the funding, the president does have a lot of sway on some of those different issues that are all unfolding, which are things that Mamdani campaigned on as well.
Yeah, sure. And we just did the story. I was talking to you a couple of days ago. Tom Homan said, quite literally publicly said, that he is going to be in New York soon himself, that his agents are going to be here, and that is something that Zohran Mamdani, the mayor-elect, doesn't want.
Right.
Maybe the police commissioner will, her staying on will have something to do with mediating that situation, but it may very well be another conversation they'll have. He said he was going to talk about public safety. So all things that could come up in this meeting, and that's scheduled for 3 o'clock. Now, when the mayor was there,
Eric Adams.
the current mayor, when Adams was there, we didn't see that press pool. We know that this is going to be closed press. So one has to kind of imagine what's going to happen. We got pictures from when Adams was at a round table down there. Mamdani is going to come out after. He's going to address reporters.
So that's new information that we got today.
We got today from Morgan.
Because there's some question about whether or not there'll be this sort of sit down where the media comes in and gets to shout questions at the two of them, where they're sitting in those chairs, which we've seen time and time again with the international leaders from all across the world. Doesn't look like that is going to happen, but we do have confirmation. Morgan McKay was able to take a closer look at that he will be speaking afterward. Is that right?
Yeah, he's going to be on the White House lawn. So all the reporters, basically, you can imagine it's just a press frenzy right now.
People,
set up there on the White House lawn. We saw, Trump, he hasn't really had a lot to say about this, except posting on Truth Social the other night confirming the meeting. His press secretary, however, Caroline Leavitt, she did comment on this, and the two have sort of, I don't want to say mocked Zohran Mamdani, but in his Truth Social post, he put his middle name in quotes, Zohran Kwame Mamdani, the communist, and then Caroline Leavitt once again referred to him as a communist in her soundbite. I think we have, and Zohran Mamdani has said he's a democratic socialist.
He is a democratic socialist.
Yeah, he's a democratic socialist, but these are words that they're using to maybe try and intimidate him.
Calling him names a little bit. So we have that soundbite from Caroline Leavitt. So let's go ahead and take a listen to that.
It speaks volumes that tomorrow we have a communist coming to the White House, because that's who the Democrat Party elected as the mayor of the largest city in the country. I think it's very telling, but I also think it speaks to the fact that President Trump is willing to meet with anyone and talk to anyone.
And so kind of also plays into the, I don't know, the dominance that the president probably wants to show here, which he wants to show no matter if it's the mayor or whoever it might be. So Mamdani kind of has to walk a little bit of a tightrope.
Yeah.
He's got to try to get results, but make a deal, kind of, so to speak, or be willing to sort of make these deals when he comes. And this is a very big test early, not just in his mayor, moving into the position of mayor.
He's not even there yet.
But just as a politician himself, because he is obviously with limited experience at 34 years old, having served in the assembly, to go. It's different from going from Albany to the halls of City Hall and down to the White House.
Yeah, a lot more eyes on you. I think it's interesting what Leavitt said. It basically, when you said, asserting dominance, that she's trying to say Trump is gracious for accepting this meeting with him, wants to act like they have the upper hand. Also, a member of the Trump administration, a senior official, said that threat to pull the federal funding is still on the table. So he's got to go in there and now try to convince him to keep this money in New York's hands. We have transportation projects on the line, ones I've reported on, the 2nd Avenue subway, the Gateway project. These are all important, critical things for New Yorkers to get around. We rely on mass transit.
Of course, so much at stake. All right, and Morgan Mackay is down there. I think we have a little piece of her reporting from earlier. Alex, let's play a little clip of that just to let you know she's down there. How about that?
So Mamdani will be coming out to speak with reporters, will be on the White House lawn this afternoon, and he says that he is going to take questions from reporters after that meeting is done. So if we're talking optimistically here, I'm hoping that he'll be addressing reporters by at least 4 p.m. It's unclear if he's going to be speaking with anyone on Capitol Hill afterwards or any congressional members. His team says they are still figuring out their schedule, and they'll let us know when they do decide.
All right, so that was Morgan Mackay down there in Washington, D.C., and we do have what we call a stakeout camera. This is ELC4, where we are expecting. Is this the airport? This is the airport.
They're waiting for Mamdani to get off the
waiting
flight.
him to come off the flight. Hopefully he comes out one of those doors. What is he going to take? He's going to take a cab? Is he going to take an Uber over there? Does he have a car?
So these are big airports we're talking. How do they know what
Reagan.
door he's going to come out of?
I don't know if that's Reagan. Anyway, all right, Briella, thank you very much. It's 10:12. We're going to take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to be talking to Mr. Mike Woods, because everyone wants to know what's happening with that weather. Thank you very much, Briella.
No problem.
Have
A
good
little
weekend.
bit warmer out at least.
It is just about, welcome back. It is just about 10:15 here on a Friday morning. It's Friday. They can't take that away from us. We got a nice big board here. Mike is with us. Aisha's on the, there you go. She's on our very important video monitor. And there's Alex keeping track of everything that is going on. If we could go to, we've got all this video from all across the city and down in Washington. We're keeping an eye on if Mayor-elect Zoran Mamdani gets off his plane down in Washington, D.C. We've got a camera outside the entrance to that. So if he comes out, that's going to be at the top of your screen. ELC4 will let you know. But for now, let's check in with Live View 3, okay? Because that's here in the city. And that is, there we go. That's a live shot. Things happening right now in New York. It's one of the beauties here at Newsroom Live because we can show this shot. A lot of times we have to kind of rush through it because we got to hit our commercial breaks. Here we can talk a little bit about this. Do you know what that is?
I've been driving past this for the last several days or so while they set this up. It's a carousel, but it's not just a carousel.
It is New York City's only double-decker Christmas carousel, a brand new holiday attraction opening in Midtown, a 2-story Christmas carousel, the first of its kind in New York City. Can you believe that?
You know what? I have to say, it caught my eye each day when I saw them setting it up. And I was like, I don't think I've ever seen a double-decker carousel in the city. I literally drive by this to work, on my way to work each and every day.
I got a whole stack of kids, and I've never seen a double decker. That's a nice one. You know, it kind of reminds me. Obviously, we're in the holiday season. We're kicking things off.
Yep.
Do you have a favorite sort of spot that you go to? Is it the tree, the ice skating rink? Is it the double decker Christmas thing?
I've never been on this, so I definitely want to do that. I don't have any kids, and I'm going to go anyway.
Yeah,
just
why
so
not?
You know who needs kids?
There you go.
I'm the kid. I'm just a big one.
True. You got a favorite spot?
Let's see. I like going to those Christmas shops in Union Square.
Oh yes.
It's also right by me.
Oh, you mean
get some? Yeah. They have those little
Yes.
booths all over the place. Kind of like what they have in Bryant Park as well. It's another cool spot as well. The one in Union Square is very close to me. I can get off the train and pop up there, and it's like you come right out in it. So it's like you're living in Santa Land. That's what it seems like. So I kind of love it.
I wish I could tell you if those are out already, but maybe
they are.
Oh, they are. They're already there.
Because I had a cousin of mine tell me that she had been popping up she's working in the area, so she's like, oh yeah, we're up and running. And she's like, and they got all these gifts, some cool stuff out there, stuff that she's like, I don't know if I'm ready to do.
By the
What'd
way,
they do?
Did you see Linda dancing back there?
Oh, hey Linda.
Hey Linda, what's going
Linda's
on?
like, Linda, you're live. Watch us. Don't try to hide. Don't try to hide.
She's going to be talking about some very important stories later.
Yeah, we got a big day.
She's loosening things up. So what's going on in your department? Your department is obviously Mike Wood's weather department.
But I got the life as well. So weather-wise, it's actually kind of a quieter day out there. We're gonna have the graphics run through. There's the 7-day forecast. Okay, let's focus on not only what's going on this weekend. There will be some morning showers, but next week this thing sometimes clicks through pretty quickly. Next week we got to talk about a storm that will be coming through Tuesday into Wednesday. There it is, and
that's important because that's a day. Those are days. Some people get out a little early on Tuesday, but for sure a lot of people try to get to where they're going on Wednesday.
Over the river and through the woods, all that good
what's
stuff.
Happening?
So we got some wet weather. It's a decent storm that's coming through. It's a warm one though, so we're talking rain and not snow, but even that can make things slow on the roads and in the airways as well. So we're gonna have to be watching that closely as we get closer to it. But it does look like it's getting out of here fairly early. Like I'd say by midday on Wednesday it's out of here, so that means Thanksgiving Thursday you're fine. So if you're just driving that day, things will be fine. And also for folks that want to head out to see the parade and so on, the weather will be fine as well. Yeah, the temperatures don't look too crazy.
48 is not bad. I mean, that's good.
Right.
There's been parades where I remember as a kid, it was like in the 30s. It's kind of miserable when you're out there.
Windy and wet, and it's just not fun. The wind is no fun either. But I would actually love it if it snowed on the parade. I think that would make a really cool scene,
it could.
like a little snow globe.
I wonder how it would affect the balloons. Though.
Not going to be good for the balloons.
What about this weekend? I'm looking at some rain tonight, Saturday. What's happening?
So that's coming through tonight. Today we've got a mostly cloudy sky, and there are going to be some showers showing up, but not until we get closer to midnight. So you're fine during the day. Your high temperature will get back up to 54 degrees this afternoon before that rain sets up for you tonight, and into early tomorrow morning, by around 7-8 o'clock, it'll probably start to head out of town. And then by lunchtime it's done, but then we have just kind of cool days for you, Sunday, Monday, and then the Tuesday, Wednesday, that's when that next storm comes in here with the warmer rain showers. Monday's not bad at all. Exactly. Sunny, 54. You have to be happy with that.
Find a way to get a little 3-day weekend. Sunday's not so bad either because 49. on a Sunday.
It's just a little fresh in the morning, a little cool. I like to keep
okay.
it positive here,
Okay,
Dan.
you're right.
39, I mean, yeah, it is going to be a little cool out there, but we'll take it. We're back on the forecast maps. But yeah, you can see that storm that comes on through here. It does look like we get pretty wet. You're probably in bed by midnight or so. You should be in bed, right? Yeah, you got. That's what most folks should be, responsible people. The other ones, you wild animals, you're going to be dealing with some rain late night into tomorrow morning. I know some wild animals out there myself. Yeah, you're going to deal with that, and then it will get out of here, so that's the good news. But again, it takes some time for that to get here. So there's the cloudy sky coming through. Later tonight with the showers coming on by, low drops down to the upper 30s to low 40s, and then boom, it's morning showers for you Saturday, and then we're dry for a few days till we get closer to the holiday. But again, Thanksgiving itself looks pretty good for us. I'll take that sunshine and a high of 48 degrees. But, we got good stuff. It's the holiday season.
Part of the deal.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else going on?
I'm trying to think. Next week, we were talking about this whole thing that's called a gimbal. Do you know what a gimbal is?
Oh, I heard about that.
We're talking about it's this little robot selfie stick thing that enables us to take the coolest video.
Yeah.
I had some video, but I didn't think it was quite appropriate for
Did
the
you have a shirt on?
I did not have a shirt on.
Okay, so maybe next week.
Do you think that would have been okay to put on here?
I do, but the FCC might frown upon it.
Well, we're going to give
It's
it
a morning
a try
show.
maybe next week
We were just
sometime.
talking about carousels, so I don't know.
I know, exactly. We got morning show stuff. What do we got going on?
White House Christmas tree.
Oh, okay. Let's take a look at
up top.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Let's try to get to ELC2, and then we'll take a break.
Okay.
Because they like us to take breaks. Because we got to pay the bills.
All right.
So ELC2, I think that is the White House Christmas tree. We'll pop it up there for a second. Yeah, there we go, right in front of the U.S. Capitol. So they'll put that up, and it's kind of what we do. We put the trees up. We'll put the lights on. We'll put the ornaments.
We're a little early. I'm just going to say it. Haven't had Thanksgiving yet.
And listen, down in Washington, to be efficient, at least they can get this right.
Oh,
at least they can
you
do
said
that.
it, not me.
Listen, okay, all right. So we'll stick on this photo or this video. And Mike, thank you very much. We'll go to a break and have a great weekend, my friend. We'll talk to you next week. See ya. All right, welcome back. It is 10:23. It is Friday morning. You know, they can't take Friday away from us because no matter what happens, it is Friday all day long, Inez.
True. What's TGIF?
TGIF, we like that. Okay, so Inez Rosales is here. Inez, we don't always ask you to stay late, especially on a Friday, but we had such a mess outside this morning. I wanted to ask you about that. First, though, Aisha, let's jump in. We see our big board, our video, we got everything. All right, so why are we looking at these two guys on a bench?
Why?
All right, well, they are outside of the airport, And we think that Mayor-elect Zoran Mamdani will be getting off of his plane, and he will be arriving at the White House shortly after this. So when he comes off the plane, likely he's not going to stop to talk a whole lot, but it's possible that he will kind of give a brief statement. And if he does, you will see it first, you will see it live, you will see it here on Newsroom Live, which is one of the beautiful things about this particular broadcast we have. So we thank everyone for tuning in. So Inez.
Yeah, Dan.
You don't want to talk politics, right?
I'm not good with that. No.
But you are good with what's happening with the traffic, because this morning I was with you, 6 a.m., and what a nightmare.
It was
from the very beginning. I mean, what was going on? I know we have some video of this accident. Look at this.
Take a look.
What happened?
Bad. This is the cross Bronx that you're seeing northbound by Jerome Avenue. So you saw that car completely wrecked. I didn't hear about injuries. There definitely are injuries involved, but no details on it. But there's also a jackknife tractor trailer that was involved too. Underneath.
Look at that. Just dead stopped. Is that coming? That's coming out of the city, right?
No, that's coming into the
Oh,
city.
that's coming in.
That's on northbound traffic.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and the tractor trailer, that jackknife, was carrying 100 gallons of diesel fuel. So there was a fuel spill too, and you could just see all that activity. So the roadway was closed for about 4.5 hours. This happened a little after 4:30, and they reopened it around a little before 9. So imagine sitting in that traffic for that long. People 4:30 in the morning. A lot of tractor trailer traffic too.
4:30 in the morning?
Yes, and sometimes when this happens, people fall asleep in their car because they're not going to go anywhere. So that actually backed up the George Washington Bridge. It's still a mess. They opened up the right lane, but that's still going on, all this activity that you're seeing.
Is this happening? Is this still jammed up now, or have things sort of starting to loosen up?
Define loosening up. It's moving. The right lane is open. It's moving, but you have over an hour delay if you're heading towards the
Even
GWB.
now, 10:26, which started at 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah, it's about 2
is
hours.
Still, so obviously it's Friday. A lot of people making plans. They're thinking about coming into the city. So what are we thinking? Is the GWB kind of not the way we want to go? What do we think this morning? If you have some options.
You know, I've never seen something of this magnitude close that long.
Really?
Yeah, it's really a big cleanup there. So I'm thinking probably lunchtime it'll get a little better, but then you have the lunch crowd coming in, you know, everyone trying to move around. So it's going to be a little while before that really clears out of the way. And it was also causing delays heading towards the GWB, but coming inbound, everything coming in. And we have a big travel week coming up, so, you know, travel season's coming, all of that. So it's going to be tough to get around.
It's Friday, so would you suggest the Lincoln or the Holland if you can?
Well, that's what happened. Everyone decided to go to the Lincoln Tunnel instead, and then the Lincoln Tunnel had a couple of hiccups, so I would still go with it. It'll be about maybe 30, 40 minutes right now, but just normally right now there's no traffic getting in now.
Yeah, there's nothing.
Right, but it might, so if you're heading out the door right now, if you're going somewhere, maybe right now would be a good time. It'd be better, but it'll slowly wind down.
Can we take a look just one more time at that video, Aisha?
Yeah.
So this is the accident that happened this morning.
Yes, a little after 4:30.
The jackknife tractor trailer.
And the car, that was wrecked. It was really bad. So
yeah, there we go. So do we know what happened? Do we know, like...
details?
Because that right there...
You see the tractor trailer jackknife.
Spun a little bit, okay.
Yes, that's the jackknife tractor trailer. You saw the roadway was a little shiny there. There's a piece of the car right there that we're seeing there, laying there. So details haven't been released yet as far as what happened, but as I mentioned, no word on injuries.
And
but
we don't know.
that.
It seems like there would have been some type of injury.
Yes.
If it was a fatality, sometimes they put that information out early, but
yes,
we don't know. It's possible, right?
Yes, it is possible. From what I'm hearing, the details, like there possibly are injuries. There could be serious injuries,
right,
but no official word on that.
All right. Anything else we should know?
What should I tell you? 34 days till Christmas?
34 days till Christmas. All right. We can do that. I mean, this might be, they start a lot of those Black Friday sales a little early.
They did? Oh, really? You're shopping?
Yeah, I mean, they do, especially online. So let's take a break.
Okay.
When we come back, we have a very, very, very special guest live in our newsroom. The first female bishop of a Lutheran church here in New York is here in the studio.
Oh, wow.
And we're not Zooming. We don't have a recorded thing. She's here. She's over there. She's talking to Linda Schmidt. So she's going to be coming over here, and we're going to be talking to her. It's that time of year. Sometimes we need a little uplifting message. Doesn't matter the denomination.
No.
All right. So, Inez, thank you very much.
All right. Thank you. Have a good weekend, Dan.
You too.
Synod.
Go ahead.
Synod. That's what we're talking about,
Synod.
because we're talking about a very, very, very special guest that we have here. We were going to go all over the place. We were going to take a look at the Christmas tree that is going up there. This is the Christmas tree in Washington, D.C. Thankfully, they worked it out. Democrats and Republicans worked this one out where they can put this tree up early. We don't have any problems.
It's a bipartisan tree.
It's a bipartisan tree, okay, outside the U.S. Capitol. And, you know, it's kind of a reminder. We're getting in the holiday spirit. We love these uplifting messages. That's why I'm so happy to have here with us the Reverend Dr. Katrina Foster. And it's a very special guest because you're going to be installed as Bishop of the new Metropolitan New York Synod, becoming the first woman to be installed as bishop in New York.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it is. It's historic. And at my installation, our new presiding bishop, Bishop Yael Curry, will be preaching and installing me. He is the first black presiding bishop of our denomination. So it's a historic day, and it's going to be a day of joy and celebration and sharing the good news of Jesus and how Jesus loves all of us, and we are called to be of maximum loving service to God and our neighbors.
What does it mean for the Lutheran churches in New York in general? I mean, what is your goal?
My goal, and I put this forward as a vision for us, we're going to focus on evangelism, discipleship, and financial stewardship, and have a great emphasis on children, youth, young adult, and family ministries. We already do amazing ministries of feeding the hungry, of welcoming migrants and the strangers, of working for justice and peace, of really connecting with our communities and with our neighborhoods. We're going to now supercharge that and share that good news so that when people think of Christians in New York, they're going to think of us. And they're going to know us because of the way that we so proactively welcome and serve everyone with the good news of Jesus.
And we have, I think, some video of here's some of the images. Who's this in this picture?
So that's me in the hat that makes me taller. That was Pastor Zach Dean, Pastor Devin Gale, and Pastor Brenda Irving.
And where are you giving? That's
at Pinecrest Lutheran Leadership Camp, one of our best ministries in this synod. It's a camp for kids age 15 to like 22. And it's a camp that the kids run, that they create the curriculum for. Pastors come in and teach the curriculum, but it is one of the places where kids really just have joy with one another. They support each other in their faith. We've had so many of our kids go on to become leaders in our congregations, to become pastors in our denomination. And it's an amazing place. The pastor standing next to me, Reverend Zach Dean, was one of my students at that camp. And he's now a pastor out on Long Island, and he's the one who's primarily working to create the installation service for tomorrow.
And I understand you're going to be overseeing 160 congregations.
Yes.
And a message of social justice, compassion, inclusion.
Absolutely.
I know that it's not something that you focus on in particular, but you're also the first openly lesbian woman to be in this same position, but it's not something you want to focus on.
It's not. You know, I've been married, my wife and I have been married for over 27 years, and you know, look at our marriage. It is a marriage that is based in faith that we share, that we together do ministry. We have a vocation of love towards one another and service to others. And, you know, we were both raised by parents who taught us the value of marriage, the sacredness of marriage. And so those holy vows, ones that you probably took in yours, that my parents took in their marriage, those are the things that hold us and guide us. You know, my wife is amazing. She's an absolute powerhouse. And the reason that I am able to be first an effective pastor and then growing into effectiveness as a bishop has so much to do with her vision and support. And
I remember at the beginning of our conversation, you talked about financial stewardship.
Yes.
And it is something that you focused on. And I want to play a little bit of a sermon, I believe, that you gave. Is that what I would call it? A sermon? Yeah, a sermon that you gave recently where you talk about some of the different congregations that you helped turn around. So if we could just take a listen to that.
Sure. 10% chance of this congregation coming back. Okay. We just finished a $250,000 renovation.
$250,000 renovation.
10% chance of this congregation coming back, and since 2015, we have received 80 new members. 10% chance of this congregation coming back, and we have expanded our ministries, and we reach more than 1,500 people a week, every week, through our online content ministry. 10% chance of this place coming back to life. St. John's is an example in this synod and beyond of what is possible when people are willing to try and fail, to get up, to try, and to organize people, money, power, and vision to make something new happen.
Just a beautiful message.
Thank you. Thank you.
And, you know, but why is it important? You know, we hear so much, you know, around here especially, and really all across the country in the Catholic Church, about how, for whatever reasons, funding has become an issue. They're closing parishes, some of the schools. Is that something that you're seeing as well on
absolutely.
Within your faith?
Absolutely. So the reality is, and I will stand 10 toes down on this for the rest of my life, in our Lutheran Church in Metro New York, we do not have any financial issues. We have faith issues that show up in our finances. And part of my emphasis has been that we are going to teach people financial literacy and how to have a faith reality, a blending of faith and finances together. Jesus spoke most about the kingdom of heaven, and he spoke second most about matters of wealth, because matters of wealth those are the number one challenges to the kingdom. And so as Lutheran Christians, as people of faith, we need to do a better job of talking about abundance and generosity. We need to equip the saints for ministry. That's what the scriptures say. And part of that is teaching financial literacy. In my previous congregation that you just saw there, we had just completed a $250,000 renovation of that place. That church was supposed to close.
No way.
I was asked to go there. St. John's in Greenpoint on Milton Street. Amazing congregation.
Wow.
We received 100 members over 10 years. And they became much, much younger. And the thing is, one of the things we did was we talked about stewardship. We talked about faith and finances. We equipped them with knowledge and practice. And we did that as a community. An individual trying to figure out their life against $4 billion that is spent to advertise debt. It's the number one advertised for commodity, which is debt. How does an individual stand up against that? They can't. But when people of faith come together, pray and learn and apply those teachings that are biblical teachings, entire families are transformed, entire communities are transformed. We don't have any financial problems. We have faith issues that show up in our finances.
Reverend, I like when I take breaks so that we can get paid for our commercials and things like that.
I don't blame you.
But I just wanted to say, you know, we're approaching the holiday season. We just saw the Christmas tree going up there near the U.S. Capitol.
Right.
But this is kind of the time of year where it doesn't matter necessarily what faith you come from. What is your message around the holidays, especially this time? You know, there's always turmoil, but certainly right now.
Well, the thing that differentiates Christianity from other religions is that God comes incarnate to us in the baby Jesus. And his parents immediately have to flee where they are because a narcissistic, murderous politician who was so insecure a baby could challenge him drove those parents away, and they had to flee undocumented to another place to seek asylum, which they did. This is a message for us to remember as people of faith. This is what we believe. We worship a baby whose family had to flee. We worship a convicted criminal who died on a cross, and God raised him from the dead for us. God is constantly pouring out upon us love, reconciliation, and blessing. That is the message of the season, that God loves us so much that God comes to us in the form of a baby.
Well, that's a good place to take a break.
Yeah, I think so.
It is 10:40 here on a Friday morning, and you have a very special day tomorrow where you are going to be, what is the word exactly?
I'm going to be installed.
You're going to be installed. Okay, so
you're
going to be installed tomorrow, and that's a very special day. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
And best of luck.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right, it's Newsroom Live. Thank you so much for sticking with us. Maybe you're watching that Fox Local app. Sometimes you just turn on your TV and you kind of see it and it pops up. You don't even have to tune into any cable or whatever you might subscribe to, and it's there, and we know you stick with it, so we appreciate it. We try to always have content throughout the entire day, and one of the things that we are definitely watching today is what's going to be happening down in Washington, D.C. You can see that alert right there in our special Zoom camera that we can kind of take some video feeds from. This is down in Washington, D.C. We said when we have this video, we would bring it to you live. So this is going to be Mayor-elect Zoran Mamdani arriving in Washington, D.C. for his highly anticipated meeting
New York City
with President Trump.
Zoran Mamdani arrived in Washington, D.C. already being asked for selfies. That is ahead of today's meeting with President Trump. The president also making some news. He previewed the sit-down on Brian Kilmeade's radio show. He said it might be less hostile than people expect.
Well, I was hitting him a little hard, too, in all fairness. I don't know exactly what he means by turn the volume up, because turn the volume up, he has to be careful when he says that to me. I mean, he was very nice in calling, as you know, and we're going to have a meeting. I guess we meet at 3 o'clock today. And I think it's going to be quite civil. We'll find out. You'll be the first to know.
Moments ago, New York City Mayor.
All right, so again, that is Mayor-elect Zoran Mamdani. You can see taking some photos with supporters as he arrived in Arlington, Virginia here, and he'll be making his way into Washington, D.C., to the White House to meet with President Trump. Interesting, if you heard what the president said there, that he thinks the meeting is going to be maybe a little more civil. He referenced turn the volume up. So if you're familiar with that, that is during the acceptance speech on election night. Mayor-elect Zoran Mamdani said, Mr. President, President Donald Trump, I know you're listening. Here's my message. Here's what our supporters have said. Here's what the city of New York has said. They've delivered me as mayor of New York City. Turn the volume up. Listen to what we have to say. And you heard President Trump say, you better be careful when you tell me to turn the volume up, because you never know what's going to happen. But the president said the meeting today will be civil, so we'll see how that goes. We've got a live reporter down there, Morgan Mackay. She's going to be having updates throughout the entire day. All right, it's 10:45, and we also want to tell you about something that is happening in the world of Wordle. So we're definitely switching gears. We were talking about politics. That's going to be on the front page of the New York Times. The Wordle game is not on the front page. That's sort of, you got to navigate around on the website to find that. But they do have some very exciting things that are happening with Wordle, the super popular game. Maybe you got your streak going, maybe you don't. But I literally sat down on the newsroom desk right over there. So it's going to look like I'm standing here and then jumping over there, but that's why. Everdeen Mason, she's the executive editorial director of New York Times Games. They have some new features in that game, so let's take a look. All right, Everdeen Mason, thank you so much for joining us on Newsroom Live. I love Wordle.
Thank you. Me too.
Is it, I read somewhere, is it the most popular game for the New York Times?
Yes, it is our most popular game right now, and for good reason. It's really snackable. It's a really easy way to connect with your friends and family.
And you guys have some exciting things going on, because if I want to, I might be able to make my own Wordle game. Is
you
that
can
possible?
create your own Wordle now. It just needs to be 4 to 7 letters, and you can turn those inside jokes with your friends into a little puzzle for them to solve.
So in other words, like if I wanted to have a little, my turn to make a Wordle, your turn to make,
yes,
that's so
and you
cool.
can go back and forth. We've been kind of joking, like, you know, when somebody asks you a question, you can just give them the answer in a little Wordle puzzle they have to solve, so they still have to figure it out.
Oh, that's like cheating though.
I know.
All right, well, that's super cool. So, and I was reading somewhere that, I mean, you guys kind of keep track of the words that are the most popular that people start with.
Yes, we do.
What are some of the ones that like people really are their go-tos?
So people really often want to go to things that have a lot of vowels in them and just knock them out. So
I heard a do.
A do is a really big one. Audio is a big one. Slate or crane is often recommended by our Wordle bot. And so, you know, as kind of like the mathematically correct way to start your Wordle.
Mine is opera.
That's a
How
good
does
one.
that, is that okay? Is that a good one?
I think it's okay.
All
It's
right.
got.
Oh, look at
yeah,
that.
Yeah,
See?
it's got 3 vowels, and
Oh,
R is a
boy.
really common letter.
Okay,
so
let's see.
you kind of know.
Let me see. Let me see. Am I good?
You're getting so close.
Okay.
So
Trace. Is that one? What are some words?
Oh my
here?
goch.
Oh my
this
gosh.
is
Okay,
hard
hold
where
on.
you're going to get kind of like the, you know.
Look at fourth try.
Hey,
Look
great
at that.
job. You're a pro.
And you guys have a new book coming out. Talk to me about that. real quick.
Yes, so the book is already out.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
Puzzle Mania book. It is inspired by our annual special section for the holidays, which comes out this weekend. And so it is chock full of puzzles you've never seen before by our puzzle editors, different takes on our popular games, including Wordle, Connections, and obviously the crossword. And it was written by Joel Faliano, who is the father of the mini crossword.
And just sort of wrapping up, sometimes around the holidays, the end of the year, people start to think about, am I going to use this subscription again? Should I keep it? A lot of people obviously keep their subscription with the New York Times for the content, but also things like this. I mean, what's your message to folks at the end of the year when they kind of start to think about that stuff?
Yeah, well, first of all, thank you for subscribing so far. Thank you so much. And keep going. You don't want to lose your streak. It's a really great way to connect with your friends, and it's just really good, healthy fun.
And check out that book. It could be a good Christmas present or holiday gift for whoever you want. All right, so I was over there. Now I'm over here. What is this guy doing over here? All right, so that was the, look at this. I got this here. They said that's not going to work. Oh, look at that. That's the, anyway, that's the New York Times puzzle book. You can check it out now. I suggest it. It's fun. Keep your streak going. The Wordle word of the day. Did you try to get it today? I don't know. It's fun. You could check it out. Let's go ahead and check out what's happening down in Washington, D.C. This is the U.S. Capitol, right? Yeah, this is the Capitol building, and they're about to put up the Christmas tree down there. Nonpartisan support of the tree going up this morning. President Trump and Mayor-elect Zohran Mamdani will be having their meeting in, a little over 4 hours from now, 3 o'clock at the White House. So that's going to be happening down in D.C. as well. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk about some of the crimes that have happened here in New York City that we've been tracking. It is our Crime in the City segment, and you don't want to miss that. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back to Newsroom Live, 1052. We are tracking what's happening in the city. You can see we got a nice, pretty picture of Midtown. It's a little cloudy out there. We might get some rain later on today. We also want to tell you about our segment that we produce every week on our YouTube channel. It is called Crime in the City. Crime in the City is a very popular segment we have because a lot of people like to know what is happening. We sort of talk about some of the worst that goes on in the city. We're going to start right now with one of the stories that we were tracking, and it is a new look at surveillance video. This is from the Upper East Side of a suspect that was killed in a police-involved shooting. Police say this suspect threatened to shoot up a hospital. Let's take a look a little bit. We'll dip into that story just briefly, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about one of our other stories that we're watching in Crime in the City this week.
New surveillance video showing an exchange of gunfire between officers and a suspect in a wild shootout on the Upper East Side.
All right, that's where Fox 5's Antoine Lewis joins us with the latest tonight. Antoine.
Steve, that video is giving new insight into just how serious and how scary this incident truly was. In the video, you can see the suspect holding what appears to be a gun in his left hand as he's moving up Madison Avenue near East 96th Street. Uniformed patrol officers are following closely behind, and at least one officer has his weapon drawn. Just moments later, the suspect walks out of frame, still holding the gun. He turns in the direction of officers, and that's when shots ring out. The NYPD saying the suspect identified as 20-year-old Elijah Brown fired at officers first, prompting the gunfire exchange in which Brown was fatally shot. Now, this all began around 7 Thursday night. Police say Elijah Brown pulled a gun on a man while on an elevator inside this building near Madison Avenue and East 107th Street. The NYPD says that Brown then went inside this nearby deli, showed his gun to the worker behind the counter, and told that worker to call 911 because he planned to open fire inside a hospital. According to detectives, Brown stole the worker's cell phone and then took off on foot. Police say that the suspect then walked in and then out of Mount Sinai Hospital, placed a gun by a tree outside, went back into the hospital a second time, and told the security officer.
All right, that is one of the stories that we are watching on Crime in the City this week. We also are talking about what happened in Newark. It was a mass shooting that happened there earlier this week. A 10-year-old boy was killed in a shooting. We can dip into that story as well, following it on Crime in the City.
A heartbreaking memorial for a 10-year-old boy who was caught in the line of fire. He was one of 2 people killed during a shooting on Saturday.
And while the community mourns, police are still looking for whoever's responsible. Fox 6's Richard G. Covis is live at the memorial tonight in Newark with more. Richard.
The tough one, Natasha and Steve. 10-year-old Jordan Garcia was nothing short of a rising star here in his native Newark. He loved football as a 5th grader. He loved his friends and he loved his family. And those family members and friends are here tonight as they get set for this vigil and balloon release to remember Jordan, who lost his life over the weekend while walking home with his brother from practice. One of 2 innocent lives lost to gun violence in a matter of seconds. That balloon release about to get underway here at Vallisburg Park at the Raheem Morris Field. This is the same field where Jordan spent many a night practicing. It's a place where his Westward Hawk teammates remember him tonight, where they would play their games. This community now calling for justice for Jordan with a GoFundMe page set up to help the family with funeral costs and support for a loss that is simply unimaginable. And it's Jordan's coach who set up that GoFundMe page, who did his best, he says, to protect little Jordan from violence in this city. He's now heartbroken.
These kids are like our kids. They're not just football players. They're not just kids that come out here and play in the park. These are our kids. Once they became part of this organization, they became our kids. So, yeah, I really feel, I'm really hurt. I'm really sad. I don't think he deserved this. He was a part of my life. He gave me 2 years of his life. Anything I could do to give back to him, help the family.
Just a tragic situation out there in Newark. Those are 2 stories that we are watching on Crime in the City. You can see we have some of this new video. Crime in the City is normally posted to our YouTube channel, and sometimes it comes out a little later this afternoon, sometimes in the morning, sort of depending, Saturday morning, depending on what else is going to be happening in the city. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to be doing one last check down in Washington, D.C., where the mayor-elect will be meeting with President Trump about 4 hours from now, 3 o'clock. Break, and then we'll come right back. All right, back here live. We just have a couple seconds left. And of course, the big story that we will be tracking all day today, whether it's here on Fox Local or on our normal news broadcast, is Mayor-elect Zoran Mamdani, who posted a picture of himself on an airplane heading down to Washington, D.C. Just a couple minutes ago. I posted it about an hour and a half ago because we know now he has landed in Arlington, Virginia. His meeting with President Trump at the White House will be at 3 o'clock. So there it is. The meeting is supposed to be behind closed doors, but our Morgan Mackay is there. We'll be right back.
Thanks for watching Fox 5's Newsroom Live. We're now joining Live Now's non-stop stream of live and breaking news.
We're happy to really streamline that. I mean, they even got to the point where we said it's got to be 24/7 on the landfills to be able to dump the debris. And one of the counties locked their landfill, so we had Florida Highway Patrol. I mean, they snipped the locks and opened it back up, and we just kept things rolling because that's just how we do things, and we want to get the job done. So we're now here. We're the week before Thanksgiving. And we did not have a hurricane impact, not only in Florida, but in the entire continental United States. And these things do historically, if you look, I mean, they do kind of come in bunches. You know, we had 10 years where we had no storm, no hurricane hit Florida, I think until 2016, 2017 period. And then since then, you know, we've had 6 major hurricanes in 7 years, and that's difficult to deal with. Now, we deal with it better than anybody. If you had that happen almost any other place in the country, yeah, it would just be done, right? I mean, they wouldn't do. So we've got a lot of resilience. We've got a lot of folks that do a good job, but we're really glad to have not had to deal with it. I mean, we're technically still in the season. You could get something, and so I mean, it's not impossible. But I think most people feel like this has been a positive season for all of us, and we needed it. And
all right, wanted to bring you some of those opening remarks there from Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. Right now, though, we do have the widow of Mr. Khashoggi, a topic of discussion here as President Trump was meeting with essentially the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia a bit earlier on this week. Some comments were made about Khashoggi's assassination. So now we're hearing from lawmakers. You can see Jamie Raskin there on the right-hand side of your screen. Let's lift up the audio and listen in.
After the brutal murder of Washington Post journalist and a Virginia resident, Jamal Khashoggi. The Khashoggi family and the American people deserve to know what was said on that call. As I've said on the floor and in the past, if the past is any indication, the receipts will raise serious questions, and they will be shocking. All week, I've urged the president to release a transcript. Yesterday, I sent him a letter with 37 of my colleagues demanding the release of the transcript. I'm honored to have Ms. Khashoggi with me today, standing by my side as we remember her husband and call for transparency and accountability. We will continue pressing for the release of the transcript so the American people understand the truth. Our intelligence agencies concluded that Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman ordered the murder of Ms. Khashoggi's husband. When a president sidelines his own intelligence community to shield a foreign leader, America's credibility is at stake. The Khashoggi family and the public deserve to hear the truth. We need straight answers about this conversation. We need the transcript. Once again, I'm calling on the president to release the transcript of this call. I'm now honored to introduce Ms. Hanan Altar Khashoggi, the widow of Jamal Khashoggi, a native of Cairo, Egypt. She moved from the UAE, where she worked for over 20 years, here before her husband was brutally murdered. On July 20th, after 2 years of harassment and detainment, Hanan fled to the United States to claim political asylum. With the help of the United States Congress, she was able to get her work permit and was granted political asylum in December of 2023. She now resides in Arlington, Virginia. I will now turn the floor over to Ms. Khashoggi, and thank you for being here.
Good morning, everybody, and thank you for attending this event. And I would love to thank Congressman Vendman and Congressman Mr. Jimmy Raskin as well for all of the support for the truth and saving the democratic of America. I'm very proud of all of you. I was born, my name is Hanan. I born in Egypt. I grown up in Dubai. My name is Hanan. I born in Egypt. I grown up in Dubai. Where I was working as well as a cabin crew with Emirates Airlines for 22 years, where I did have the privilege to meet Jamal in 2009. The relation continue and is getting stronger since 2009 because we realize we are like a twin. He's Adam and I'm Eve. We meet in all of our opinion. In 2016, Jamal Khashoggi was giving a speech via Zoom, and the Saudi authority did not like it. They decided to put him under house arrest. I started objecting my little capacity in my social media, speaking to different Arabic journalists to speak up and release Jamal because I do believe strongly in him. Jamal was very kind man, stable man, and transparent man. Whatever he see in he say it in a camera. He used to say it in our house after we got married. After I supported him in this cause, I did the Emirati did put me under surveillance. They spy on me. He managed to flee to America in 2017 and live in his apartment here in Tyson Corner. And he asked me to visit him. I managed to visit him in his birthday in March 2018. He proposed to get married to me, and he put the ring in my hand for engagement. And he told me, I might be a curse in your life, Hanan. I didn't know it will happen later on, and my life it will be thrown upside down. We continue in our relation, going back to Dubai to resume my work. The intelligence of United Arab Emirates was waiting for me, detained me, interrogating me, and questioned me for 17 hours all about Jamal, and assuming he have a network to change the throne in Gulf area, which is not true. We got married here in America, in Alexandria in June 2018. And we decided to build a life and to be away from all of this polarization in Middle East. But I encourage him to continue the way he are, supporting democratic freedom and the good future of the Middle East, especially to Saudi Arabia. They have the resource to develop. And I did not know this will backfire in him and getting a gap between him and the Saudi authority bigger. And last time we met, it was September, a few days before he fly to Turkey. He was supposed to visit Istanbul, Berlin, London, to buy apartment in Turkey, for he can get a citizenship and he can get some kind of medical insurance as well, because his health was going down. Jamal was suffering with a lot of medical condition before he left us. I did not know ever, and we never did assume they will take his life just because of his opinion. Jamal Khashoggi was very stable man, very kind man, and he met with different people, different background, and I promise you will walk away with a smile. This is the kind of Jamal Khashoggi. I heard this week something very disturbing me from President Trump about my husband. He's controversial and he's unliked. I would like to tell Mr. Trump you're expressing someone else, not Jamal Khashoggi. Jamal Khashoggi was most stable man. He was a role model to represent us as an Arabic and Muslim, and he accepts everybody regarding your ideology background as well. They try to paint him like he's a friend of Osama bin Laden or his Muslim Brotherhood, and all of this excuse. This not excuse to take his life away. There is no justification to kidnap him, torture him, and to kill him and to cut him to pieces. This is a terrorist act. What they did, this 17 months in behalf of the order came from the Saudi authority. It's a terrorist act. And I try to take action, even I'm standing alone. I'm trying to take action in different countries, which is I land because I have a privilege as a cabin crew. I land in these countries when I was under surveillance. After I fled to America and we discovered they spy on me since 2017 with different spy material, including the Pegasus and Celebrate as well. We try to take action against this. I'm starting legal action in France and in UK as well. I'm looking for a brave lawyer in Turkey as well to assist me. And thank you for listening. Thank you very much.
You're not alone. I want you to know that you're not alone.
Thank you. Thank you. And I'm seeking the help of Mr. Congressman Vindman and Mr. Jimmy Ruskin. I insist to get this content of the conversation between President Trump and Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman to stand where is the truth. I need to know that what is the truth in this conversation. And I would appreciate if you try as much you can to save the democratic and the freedom to press and speech to America. Do not be copy of Middle East dictator country. We look to you here as a role model of modern civilization. Please maintain it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I want to thank Congressman Vindman for his leadership in making sure that Jamal Khashoggi is not forgotten and that we will stand always with Mrs. Khashoggi in the search for truth and justice about what happened. And Mrs. Khashoggi, I want to thank you for your zealous conviction to make sure that the truth comes to light. This has been a week of absolute disgrace and shame in the nation's capital as Donald Trump honored and embraced his business partner, the homicidal crown prince of Saudi Arabia, Mohammed bin Salman. And we have seen, even in this degraded administration, a week of absolute moral and ethical collapse when an American reporter posed the question about what would be done with respect to the vicious assassination of Jamal Khashoggi. Donald Trump reprimanded her for her insubordination as if she were a member of the U.S. Armed Forces, and then proceeded to say, as Mrs. Khashoggi said, that her late husband was controversial. There were people who didn't like him. And then with respect to the assassination, he said shamefully and scandalously, things happen. Things happen. Let that sink in for a second. Everyone knows the truth. Following up on Mrs. Khashoggi's point, it can't be said enough.